When Sir Jim Ratcliffe took control of footballing operations at United, the Manchester-born billionaire was somewhat welcomed in as a homegrown hero, ready to save the club from the dark days of the Glazers. But in just 12 months, he became a punchbag for many fans. So what happened? Let's take a look and you can decide for yourself. The important context here is that over the last 3 years, the club has lost over 300 million quid. And from day dot, Ratcliffe committed to fixing this, which of course is the right thing for the club. But what seemed to get fans' backs up is the way Sir Jim Ratcliffe, accompanied by Sir Dave Brailsford, went about it. For example, talkSPORT understands their lunch options at the Carrington canteen have been reduced to just soup and sandwiches, which the higher-ups at the club say will save them 1 million quid a year. Now that might make sense for many who don't get free meals at work themselves, but it gets a little bit more picky than that. It was reported that after staff brought some stationery, they were ordered to send sellotape back because it wasn't considered essential. The reward for being Steward of the Week used to be 50 quid, but that was scrapped and replaced by a paper certificate. And such is the grip Ratcliffe has on spending, he reportedly scrapped company credit cards, meaning some staff racking up hundreds of pounds worth of expenses and spending weeks out of pocket waiting to be reimbursed. But it's not just the stingy decisions around the amount of tea bags in the cafeteria. In 2024 alone, Ratcliffe oversaw 250 redundancies and more were announced at the beginning of 2025. Now, while there are people who acknowledge that United staff numbers are overinflated, it's the optics which aren't great. Because while all this has been going on, Casemiro's getting paid 350 grand a week and the club forked out 14 million quid getting rid of Eric Ten Hag and Dan Ashworth. But United fans' rage doesn't just stop here at the cuts. Ratcliffe's unpopular decision to introduce a flat ticket price of 66 quid for every fan, even children, certainly did not go down well. For fans, it feels like the very foundation of the club's support is being attacked for the sake of making marginal financial gains. But Ratcliffe has backed it, saying if you shy away from difficult decisions, then nothing is going to change. And time will tell whether these measures will improve operations at the club and help drag standards up on the pitch. But one thing's for sure, his first year wasn't exactly a charm offensive, and there's still a long way to go for United to be back to where many say they belong.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, usually I'd say, and Gabby Agbonlahor, but he's not here. Yeah. Oh, my train's late. I don't know how we're going to work without him. Oh, yes, I do. It would just be me for at least 5 minutes. And by jingo, we've got a show for you today. Man City have their new number one. James Trafford has returned to Manchester, but is he an automatic starter? What does this mean for his England chances? We'll also take a look at Tottenham as they prepare for tomorrow's North London derby. Yeah, it's happening tomorrow. Spurs fans, where are you this summer and how do you improve on last season? Top boxing trainer Paul Smudger Smith joins us in the studio or on the show. And get this, on this day in 1966, England became world champions. So we want to know, were you there? Were you there on that day? And if so, only you're allowed to phone in today for that one. All that plus Gabby gives us his 5 players that must improve and must move this summer. And we'll discuss whether Liverpool need to bring in a replacement for Luis Diaz. All that and loads more coming up on today's Drive Time Show. A special Drive Time Show with me, Andy Goldstein, and not Gabby Agbonlahor. You can be involved if you want. 03717 223344.
Get the test, Andy.
Yeah, it's all very well saying that as a recorded message, Gabby. Hello, good afternoon to everyone out there in Radio Land. It's lovely to see you. And if you're watching on YouTube, you will probably... Don't adjust your telly. No, it's not Brad Pitt working for talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, but in our new, all singing, all dancing, funky-looking studio. I'll show you around it a bit later on for those people watching on YouTube. I know that won't work on the radio, but it doesn't matter because it's very exciting here. We've got all new screens behind us and a new desk and lots of other bits and lots of buttons that I don't really know what they do. But I'll be pressing all those buttons and a little bit more later on. All very exciting. If you've got YouTube, today's the day we moved in. So we've got lots coming up on today's show. No Gabby Agbonlahor is stuck somewhere. The last I heard he was getting to Watford. That was about 20 minutes ago. My guess will be that Gabby will be. He's not the fastest of movers. We remember that from his playing days, but I guess he'll be here in about 10 minutes' time. But it doesn't matter. when you've got a busy show. We'll talk about Spurs a bit later on. Tottenham fans, you can get involved now, 03717 22 We'll take your details. We'll call you back. North London derby tomorrow. A mate of mine, Tim, I was playing golf with this morning. He's a Spurs fan, and he said lots of Spurs fans moaning already about the style in which Thomas Frankie's playing. Inverted fullbacks don't work. Not his words. He's telling me that Spurs fans are saying that. So Tottenham fans, you can phone up and talk about your aspirations for the season. We'll also talk about the fact that on this day in 1966, that's quite a few years ago, England won the World Cup. I don't know if you're aware of that. If you were there, and lots claim, by the way, if you were there that day, only you're allowed to phone in on that section. That's going to be very exciting. 03717 22 or I'll widen it a little bit more. If you were there in the stadium at Wembley, or maybe you watched it live on the telly, I'll allow you into that part of the show. So we've got that. We've got the best of talkSPORT, of course, the end of show quiz. But we're going to start with Man City. They've got themselves a new goalkeeper, but could James Trafford become England's number one?
Wilson Isidore for Sunderland, fires out, it's saved by Trafford.
He's now a top-level goalkeeper. And they felt for 26 million now? Is a very reasonable price for someone who might be the goalkeeper for the next 5 years. He might get the number one spot at City.
And that's seen by City as excellent value for money. So Trafford coming back to compete with Ederson.
Nunes finds Salah, brilliant save, Trafford tipping it over the bar.
Yeah, Man City re-signed James Trafford from Burnley in a deal which could be worth up to £31 million. That would be a record fee for a British goalkeeper. You may remember City sold him to Burnley back in 2023 and had a matching clause inserted in that deal, meaning that when Newcastle agreed a £31 million fee for him earlier in the summer, City could pay the same. He has signed a 5-year deal at the Etihad, and of course he joins Ederson as the club's two main goalkeepers. He spoke to the club's YouTube channel after completing the move and said that he's looking forward to competing with the Brazilian for the number one jersey.
When he first joined, he's extremely talented. He's one of a kind with the ball at his feet. He was someone that I looked up to a lot when I first trained with him when I was 17 and just try to take small bits of his game and try and put them into my game and improve us. And I'm excited to work with all the goalkeepers and just push each other and improve.
We are going to take calls on this, so City fans, you can get involved now. 03717 22 It's a great question, a real conundrum for Man City fans. Who you want as your number one? I'm led to believe James Trafford has that number one shirt. So while you are dialing in on that number 03717 22 let's get more on this now. Let's speak to talkSPORT's transfer guru as we say hello and good afternoon to Ben Jacobs, who joins us live on Drive. Hi Ben, how are you?
Good afternoon, guys. How are you?
Yeah, well, it's only Guy actually. There's no guys. Gabby's late for the show. We'll dock his wages. Don't worry about that.
I'm the Gabby substitute.
Yeah, well, listen, I wouldn't go around gloating about that, but thank you for coming on. There's loud noise in your background. I don't know if you've got a telly on or whatever. Where are you?
I'm out in central London, subbing in from the Ivy restaurant, so it may be a little bit noisy.
Oh, wow, let me just pick that name up for you, the Ivy restaurant. Well, wow, we're paying you too much, aren't we? Listen, let me ask you about the goalkeeper. I'm led to believe that he's got the number one jersey. Is that correct? And does that mean, if it is correct, that he'll be starting for them first game of the season?
Yeah, I think there's a concrete possibility that James Trafford needed those guarantees to move to Manchester City, and as a consequence, he's joining as the number one, but they need to resolve the situation of either Ederson or Stefan Ortega. My understanding is that both are unlikely to depart Manchester City. Ederson is prepared to fight for his place, but has interest from Saudi Arabia. If he goes, then that's a clue that Trafford is definitively the number one. But given the age gap between Ederson and James Trafford, it's fair to say that Trafford would also be prepared to be a little bit patient, because if Ederson doesn't go now, then it is likely that he'll depart in a year's time. Ortega has interest as well from Burnley. Although in the conversations for James Trafford, they didn't strike a deal. And Leicester City quite like the idea of Ederson or Ortega. Ederson was only an option for Leicester City when they were still in the Premier League, though that deal is off. Ortega could still be a possibility because the Manchester City number 2 may now be the Man City number 3 and therefore wishes to move away. And my information on Ortega is that he doesn't want to go somewhere and be another squad player. He wants to go and be a starting goalkeeper. Leicester being in the Championship, though, and with Asmir Begovic joining, perhaps mean it will now be difficult for the Foxes.
I have to say, I think he's an excellent goalkeeper. goalkeeper, and it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he'll definitely be involved with the England squad next year in the summer for the World Cup. It wouldn't surprise me if he outed Jordan Pickford to take that number one spot. Do Man City think they've got a bargain? They've paid around about £27 million. The going rate for goalkeepers isn't as expensive as you would imagine as a striker or midfielder, but still £27 million for a future England goalkeeper, without a shadow of a doubt. It sounds like a bit of a steal to me.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bargain in terms of the fee. What I would say is that the actual fee is £31 million, and Manchester City had a sell-on, which they can still cash in. So 27 goes to the sell-on deductible, 31 without it. And then if you factor in the fact they bought the player for sold the player, for 14 million, the overall outlay for Manchester City to actually sign Trafford is only in and around the £30 million mark. And this is why it's seen as value for money. So I wouldn't look at the price as an indication that because it's high, he has to be a number one at Man City now. Because when you actually do that maths and you look at the money back from Man City being able to actually deduct their own sell-on, coupled with the fact that if you take the sale to Burnley originally, the overall outlay for Manchester City is actually very affordable, and the price is therefore a little bit misleading.
I'm going to ask Man City fans, I already have actually, they can call in now on 0371 722 3344 who they think the number one should be. It wasn't a great season for Ederson last season. He's Brazil's number two. I still think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. How do you think they'll feel about this? Competition's good, right?
Yeah, great competition. I mean, it's a bit like when David Raya arrived at Arsenal and Aaron Ramsdale was still there and Mikel Arteta was saying the competition's welcome. But of course, eventually you have to show your hand. And I think Pep Guardiola will do that and will understand come the first game of the Premier League season who the number one is. And if that's James Trafford, then Ederson may want to leave and it suddenly might be Ederson and Ortega. So it's welcome depth and it's welcome options to have. But goalkeepers are notoriously difficult to keep happy. And as a result, I think Pep Guardiola, in realising that, is going to have to speak to both his goalkeepers because Manchester City are prepared to sanction Ederson or Ortega, but ideally they want to keep one of them at the club. So either Ederson is allowed a move and Saudi clubs are interested, or alternatively, Ortega has the exit sanctioned, which I'm told would be Pep Guardiola's preference. But then naturally, you've got to keep Ederson happy in the short term. And I'm not so sure that this is a scenario whereby if you think of other goalkeepers and clubs, such as Liverpool and Mamardashvili and Alisson, in that particular scenario, you have actually Mamardashvili waiting and knowing Alisson is still the number one. I'm not sure in a World Cup year, James Trafford will take the same perspective, and therefore Pep Guardiola has a big internal decision to make that may have a domino effect on either the exits of Ederson or Ortega.
Just finally, what do you think his strengths are? I saw quite a bit of him last season in the Championship. Listen, Burnley was set up so well under Scotty Parker. They just weren't conceding goals. A lot of that was down to him, but a lot of that was down to the defence in front of him. I know he's good with his feet. What would you say his strengths are?
Yeah, ball-playing goalkeeper, very instinctive, excellent on his line, authoritative in the box. Areas of improvement are in that decision-making when you do and don't come off your line. And in addition to that, some say in the early part of his career, he went down a bit early. He's in the Pedicek mould where he's prepared to offer a part of the goal because he actually backs himself to get down low and make instinctive stops. So unlike some goalkeepers that really protect their near post, he'll take that extra step to his left or his right and offer a part of the goal saying, you beat me there, fine, but I back myself to get down, and ultimately give himself a few yards on the other side to make a save that requires perhaps a low dive over to the far post. So I think you're going to see Pep Guardiola really bring even more confidence out of him. But he's a clean sheet machine if you look at last season. And he had that bet, of course, with JJ Watt, that if he continually kept clean sheet after clean sheet after clean sheet, that JJ Watt would come out of retirement and play NFL. And when they made that bet, I think it took about 6 months for James Trafford to concede in the Championship. So very solid pair of hands. He's liked by his teammates. He's a big personality off the field. And of course, another advantage of this move is he knows Man City really well because he's returning to the club rather than signing there for the first time.
Ben, I know I've got to let you get back to your dessert. Before I do, just a quick word on Benjamin Sesko. We're led to believe here at talkSPORT that Manchester United have started conversation. I don't really know what that means, but where are we at with that?
Yeah, so this is a talkSPORT exclusive broken by myself and chief football correspondent Alex Crook. And 2 days ago, Matt Hargreaves, Manchester United's chief negotiator, went on a secret mission to Germany to start formal club-to-club talks. And Manchester United are now prioritising Benjamin Sesko over the Villa striker Ollie Watkins. Manchester United hoping for a deal in the region of 70 million euros. Leipzig want more than 80 million euros. And crucially, I'm told, Benjamin Sesko is open to Manchester United and over Newcastle United, who are also still in the race. Newcastle started talks first, but Manchester United are now in formal club-to-club talks with Leipzig and speaking on the player side. And they haven't just done this speculatively, they have flown over for face-to-face conversations. And I would say now we can call Manchester United the favourites to sign Benjamin Sesko.
Ben, listen, I'll let you get back to your spotted dick. Thanks so much for coming on. Always a pleasure. Enjoy the Ivy.
Cheers, guys. All the best.
Thanks, man. 03717223344. I think it's fascinating, going back to what we were talking about with James Trafford, fascinating to see how that one is going to evolve before the season starts, because City fans, I know you're big fans of Ederson, but it looks like, well, he's certainly got competition in James Trafford. So City fans, how do you feel about that? And England fans, could James Trafford start for England at the World Cup? That's how we start today's show. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor. If you're watching on YouTube in our new shiny studio, it's just me. I don't know if we can cut to a wide. If we can, you'll see that it's an empty seat alongside me. Hopefully, there you go. Hopefully, when we get back, Gabby will be here. If not, it doesn't matter, because I know you won't let me down. I need lots of Man City fans to phone up and take me through to past. So if you pick up the phone and talk about Man City, talk about James Trafford and Ederson, you'll be next. 03717223344. You're listening to Drive live on talkSPORT. Listen, Drive Live and talk sports, me, Andy Goldstein. Usually at this stage, I say, and X, Y, and Z are alongside me. Usually it's Darren Bent, but we know he's in the World Paddle Championship somewhere. It's meant to be Gabby Agbonlahor. Oh, I'm going to be late. The trains aren't working. Well, Gabby, if you're listening, it's 21 minutes past 4 still. In fact, producer Joseph's walking in. Any sign of Gabby Agbonlahor? Nothing, he says. Absolutely nothing. I mean, if you're listening to the show and you listened to yesterday's, you'll probably think it makes no difference. I can't hear him anyway. Anyway, it's me, Andy Goldstein. We're waiting for Gabby Agbonlahor and Motorpoint. Thousands of cars, all at unbeatable prices, guaranteed. Head to motorpoint.co.uk for details. Still to come, we'll be finding out more about the latest controversy in the world of boxing. Also, we've got Kyron Wilson on the show after he showed off a little bit too much and cost himself a little bit of a record. It was funny. But Kyron will join us in about 20 minutes' time. A reminder that Sunderland have now completed the signing of former Arsenal midfielder Granit Xhaka. That's from Bayer Leverkusen in a deal worth around about £17 million. And Everton manager David Moyes has said that the club are, and I quote, running out of time to sign the players they were hoping for in this window. Now we'll take your calls. Could James Trafford, be England's new number one goalkeeper at the World Cup? And also, Man City fans, how do you feel about the fact that Ederson, who's been a star, has been brilliant, I think, over the last few seasons. Last year wasn't great, but, you know, everyone has their down moments, but I think he's a great goalkeeper. Who would you rather have as your number one? 03717 223344 is the number you've dialed. Jack hasn't let me down. He's dialed us. Hello, Jack. How are you?
Hello, mate. How you doing? You okay?
I'm very well. Thanks for coming on. Are you right? Are you watching on YouTube? Are you looking at our new spangly studio?
No, I'm not. I'm a typical radio. I'm an old bloke now, 31 years old, so I listen on the radio.
That's fine.
Yeah. Out of interest, do you deduct an hourly rate from Gabby when he doesn't turn up to work on time? Like,
do you know what?
Similar to everyone else?
It's a good question. We would if we paid him. But because he's not worth literally a penny, we think, well, if you're going to come in, you come in. If not, it doesn't matter.
No, that's valid.
Do you think we should dock his wages? That's a really good point, actually. If he's not here for 3 hours, he should only get 2, right?
Well, back in the day, when I was a younger guy working at Sainsbury's, I used to get docked. If you were late by more than 15 minutes, it was the full hour that you got docked. Right, so I think it works the same way, right?
We'll do that. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm quite enjoying the fact it's just me in here. And now it's just me and you, right?
I mean, I can pop down if you want from Manchester. It'll take me a few hours, but I can get there.
You'll probably be here before he turns up. Wouldn't surprise me. What would you like to say, Jack, on... you're a Man City fan, right?
Yeah. So it's been a bit of a weird year, as you mentioned. Like, Ederson seems to have... his shot-stopping ability was never something that we signed him for, let's be fair. He was a decent kicker, distributor of the ball. He's obviously got, I think, the most assists in a Premier League goalkeeper now. But at the same time... I think most football fans still want the goalkeepers to be good with their hands, and I think in the last 2 years, Ederson's got a very, very poor shot-to-stop ratio in terms of letting goals in that, if you look at it from an XG, I don't really like XG, but he should be stopping a lot more shots than he's letting in at the moment. I think it's comparable to the situation we had about 10, 12 years ago when we had Shea Given and Joe Hart came back from a loan move for Birmingham at the time, where you've kind of got the age gap, and you've got someone that's up and coming that could be a future England number one, which we've got quite a good amount of goalkeepers now in that position. And it's an interesting one because I don't really know how good James Trafford is with his feet, but Vincent Kompany did sign him and likes to play a similar way to how Pep did. I mean, it was why he got so much stick in the press when they went down, because he tried to continue that way of playing. So I think... I reckon it's a very much an equal split. I think I would like to see James Trafford play. I think it's nice that we have a homegrown player there. The deal made a lot of sense. As the last bloke mentioned, he was very affordable based on what we'd already made on him. But also, he ticks the homegrown quota box as well.
He's great with his feet, by the way. I don't know if you saw too much of him when he was at Burnley last season, but he's brilliant with his feet, Trafford. Yeah,
so, I mean, if that's the case, and he can actually use his hands a little bit better than Ederson is right now, even better, right? He does look quite thin, though. But that's the only thing. He looks quite slight. Like, we see a lot of keepers now get a lot more players around them when they're taking corners and all that kind of jazz. It'd be interesting to see how he deals with that in the Prem. Not really seen that from him too much. I mean, if he's dealt with the Championship, then I'm sure he's rough and ready.
Yeah, I think you've got a great goalkeeper. Thanks for your call. Let's go to Lee's online too. Hi, Lee. How are you?
Afternoon, Andy. How are you?
I'm great, man. How are you today? You right? You well?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks, mate. Yeah, not too bad at all.
What would you like to say? What do you make of this?
Yeah, I spoke to you and Benty, actually, just after we went out at the Club World Cup, and I kind of said, I think, for me, one of the kind of resolved issues that we had from the back end of last season was goalkeeper. That along with right back, which we obviously still have to do something about. But for me, and similar to the point the last guy made there, Ederson's been brilliant for us over there. He's been absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And, you know, I hope that he is going to stay this year and have a proper send-off at the end of this season. But, yeah, he's not really helped us an awful lot in the last couple of years, other than, like you said, like with the assists or whatever. His shot stopping is really, really substandard, actually, for a goalkeeper at that level. And it's cost us quite a few times.
Lee, can I ask why? Yeah. Because there was a time, maybe 3 seasons ago, when it was either him or Alisson. Whoever you spoke to was like, who's the best goalkeeper in the Prem? The answer would be Ederson or Alisson, right? What's happened to him?
Well, I would say that the majority of people generally went with Alisson out of that. It wasn't a million miles between them, but people went with Alisson, and I think that was the reason why. Because Alisson would dig Liverpool out. You know, they've got a great defence, but when they got breached, generally Alisson had come up big for them. And we just never really saw that with Ederson. Now, the thing was with City's defence and with Rodri sitting in behind them, it didn't happen that often. So he didn't get called into. So actually what we were getting from Ederson with his feet was so valuable for us in the way that we played. He was perfect. But we are getting breached now. And that's the point for me. I think it kind of shone up last season, just how little Ederson actually does save the ball with his hands and actually support the team from that side of things. So I think they brought James Trafford in certainly to come in, if not number one from day one. I think he might share the duties, actually. I think this might be a transitional year for us. But I can imagine that they'll share a bit of the duties early on in the season, maybe the Champions League, maybe, you know, the Cups and stuff, and then one for the Premier League. But I think he's definitely been brought in with that by the time we get to the back end of the season and Ederson's contract's just about to expire, he's going to be the number one. Okay. And he'll know exactly how Pep wants him to play.
Lee, have I spoke to you before?
Yeah, we spoke a few times.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep calling in. I'm loving your chat. Thanks, pal. I appreciate that.
Cheers, Andy.
Thanks, man. Good calls from Man City fans, right? I like that. It's nice. 03717223344 if you want to continue that chat. Also, a bit later on, we are talking about the World Cup when England won it, right? Because it was, hold on, it was quite a few years, well, 1966, 59. That's why I've got Joe in my ear. Where was Joe on my maths test? 59 years ago today, England won the World Cup. If you were there in the stadium or you watched it at home, only you're allowed for that phone in. That's a bit later on, 03717223344. Also, still to come, we'll be finding out more about the latest controversy in the world of boxing. And it's big controversy. It's madness, actually. First, it's time for No Googling. We have been discussing James Trafford's move to Man City. We want to know which goalkeeper holds the record for scoring from the furthest distance in Premier League history. Hold on. No one's going to get that. Let me say that again. Which goalkeeper holds the record for scoring from the furthest distance in Premier League history? The answer to that, loads more, and maybe Gabby Agbonlahor, if he can be bothered to turn up. Coming up live on Drive on talkSPORT after this.
The risk wasn't worth the reward. Ben Stokes is ruled out of the fifth and final test against India with a shoulder injury.
Obviously very disappointed, but just almost needed a bit more time than normally would give to these kind of things to make a decision, and helps that we've got a really good, strong squad to be able to select from to put a team out there that we think can get us a win this week.
Scans revealed a grade 3 tear, the most severe category, meaning he now faces 6 to 10 weeks of rehabilitation. Ollie Pope now takes the captain's armband, while Jacob Bethel bats at 6. And fast bowlers Jamie Overton, Gus Atkinson and Josh Tongue come in for Jofra Archer, Bryden Cass and spinner Liam Dawson. England are heading into the series decider at the Oval 2-1. Overseas viewers can catch live coverage on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel. Up on Teenside, will Newcastle fans be upset with Alexander Isak for wanting to go to Liverpool, or the way he's gone about it? The Daily Mail's chief football writer, Craig Hope, reckons it's the latter.
If this didn't happen, and there's a lot of reasons why it couldn't happen, how he's then reintegrated to the fold with his teammates and, by extension, supporters, that might be a little more difficult than it perhaps could and should have been.
talkSPORT understands Liverpool are willing to pay a British record fee for the Swedish striker. You can grab all the latest transfer lines at talksport.com.
There you go. There's the kick. To drive a talkSPORT, it's Mandy Goldstein. I'm on my own. I'm flying solo at the moment because Gabby Agbonlahor's just had trouble to get here. He's just going to bowl in, isn't it? About 6:45 going, sorry I'm late. Doesn't matter though, because by the way, you've been great. Thanks for helping me out as always with your phone calls. 03717223344 is the number if you're new to our show. You're thinking, I'd quite like to get involved. By the way, a bit later on, we are doing a phone-in just for people that were there at Wembley Stadium in 1966, because on that day, today is when that day was back then, today. And I've said that we're going to do a phone-in on it, but only for people that were there. We've already had 2 or 3, which is unbelievable. If you were there in 1966 on July the 30th, 03717223344. All you need to do when you phone up is just have your birth certificate ready. Right, before the break, I asked the question, a good question as well. Which goalkeeper holds the record for scoring the furthest distance in the Premier League? It's Asmir Begovic. Who got that right? Anyone in there? You liars. 101 yards, blimey, for Stoke against Southampton. That was in 2013. Well done if you got it. If not, it doesn't matter. Still to come, we'll be asking how Spurs fans feel about their summer window so far. But we're going to turn our attention now to a bit of boxing. This is a nuts story because sport has been rocked by its latest doping scandal after it emerged that Francisco Rodriguez Jr. has failed 2 drugs tests, with one of those coming after his points win against Galao Yafai in June. Let's find out more as we are joined by former British boxer and now top trainer and the superstar that is Paul Smudger Smith joins us. Smudger, good afternoon.
Hi, boss. You okay?
We're good. How are you? You all right?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to see you.
Does everyone call you and all your brothers Smudger? Are you just all
We
Smudgers?
we get a little bit. It's mainly Smigger, to be fair. We get it a fair bit. Smudge, though. Everyone who's Smith would be called Smudge.
Okay. Do you mind Smudger, or would you rather me call you Paul Smudger?
Doesn't
You
bother
don't
me in the
mind. It
slightest.
doesn't matter.
My own mother can't get my own name right anyway, so it's fine. She calls me Liam or Stephen all the time, so it's okay. Don't worry.
My mum does exactly. She doesn't call me Liam or Stephen, but yeah. Right. Listen. Let's start with this story at the beginning. How did it emerge that Rodriguez had failed his drugs test? Because this is huge news, I think.
Yeah, usually the camp will be informed maybe the day before, or after the weigh-in. If he's failed the one after the weigh-in, if he's failed the one after the fight. I think he failed the one after the fight, but there's news now coming out that he'd failed one, obviously previously before the Yafai fight. Now, watching the Yafai fight, obviously there was suspicions about the pace he set, how fast he set off, how he was able to maintain that pace for so long, and just how he looked in general, to be honest with you. But also there's a bit of a sort of a tainted legacy from the gym that he was coming from, and the trainer who's now had Eddie Reynoso, unbelievable trainer, quality trainer. He's distanced himself from this fighter, obviously, but if there's no smoke without fire, so to speak, you know. And I always believe that if I was training a fighter, I would be able to tell if he was on performance enhancing drugs or she. And I also think a lot of the people hanging around gyms and pestering fighters to be part of the camp as a doctor or this or that, or strength coaches or not all strength coaches, by the way, and not all nutritionists, but you just seem to get these people hanging on, doctors. Like, what does any team need a doctor for? If you're sick, you go to your GP. If you've got a private doctor or a private GP, go to your private GP. But when you're sick and when you need them, it's like there's just far too many suspicious people hanging around boxers nowadays. But the stakes are so high, the margins are so fine that I can't say I understand it in any way that I'm agreeing with. I'm totally against drug cheats. Anyone that fails a test for me should be banned for life. But the stakes are so high. There's fighters who are willing to do anything nowadays.
Paul, let me ask you. I don't have the story in front of me, but from reading it, I seem to remember that I'm sure his defence was that he had an energy drink, and what the banned substance was in the energy drink. Is that right?
That's what I'm hearing, but you're still guilty.
Well, see,
it's your fault.
This is what I was going to ask. Surely, as a professional athlete, not just a boxer, but anything that goes between your lips is your responsibility. If you're not sure, and I know this because I've spoken to various amounts of footballers that have all said from their playing days, if they weren't sure, they would turn it around and take a picture of the ingredients or the contents and send it to the club doctor.
Send it to the doctor, yeah. I've been in Melwood years ago when Liverpool's training ground was there, and the doctor done me a huge favour. I pulled a muscle in my quad, and I was going in, and he prescribed me anti-inflammatories, or he gave me anti-inflammatories, and he checked on the doping list and said, they're okay. There's boxing's list there. You've got the list in front of you, you know what to do, but it's just saying that, it was an energy thing, tough, you're banned. That's how it is. I knew all the time when I was fighting I could not use a Vicks nasal spray because something was in it that was similar to ephedrine and I would have failed the drug test. I knew there was certain things that you can't really go near. There's certain eye drops you can't use if you prescribe them. There's other things that you can't use or take to treat a common cold because there's a side effect which is similar or the same to, let's say, speed or ephedrine or whatever it may be on a drug test. You know that's what you know not to do. But for me, it baffles me. I'm seeing fighters defend themselves saying it was in something that I ate. And the only way of getting that thing in your system is by injecting it. So, it's like the stories doesn't add up, the maths doesn't add up. It's complete nonsense. And there's no space in boxing for cheats on when it comes to drugs and performance enhancing drugs.
I totally agree. What I find really worrying is that WBC have ruled it accidental doping and they've ordered an immediate rematch. So I assume whatever he had in his blood, he's still got in his body, right?
Accidental. So you want him to go in the ring straight away in a rematch for a man that beat him because he was doping. If I was Gabby Five, I would just vacate that belt straight away, or I'd do an old Riddick Bowe what he did and just drop it in a bin there, and then that would be my sort of signal to that governing body. I'm not fighting for that belt if I have to fight against him again because he's a proven cheat. He's failed 2 drug tests. Like, what else do you need? You know, and I've said for years, and I hope to God this doesn't happen, but I think someone's going to get really injured in a boxing fight once because it happens. The stats are there. I think that the stats on average, one may die every 3 or 4 years. We may get a fatality in boxing, and it's so unfortunate. And people are just given everything they've got to compete at a sport that they love and a passion that they have. But when that happens, one time there's going to be a fail. It's going to be a test that's going to be failed on the winner's side, and we're going to see some form of charges brought to them, whether it be for manslaughter, whether it be for this. And boxing is going to get a really, really terrible name for it, which it's already starting to get at the moment because of these people failing tests. It's not a race, you know. It's not you may run faster than me and then you get the gold medal. It's a fight, and it's a fight where fighters, as we've seen in the news and all over talkSPORT recently, debating people's heart and debating whether they had the minerals to stay in a fight, because that's what you should do as a fighter. Fighters are always going to be the last to say no in a fight, and it takes someone outside the ring to save them. But if you're against someone who's taking drugs and who's on performance-enhancing drugs, then it's going to end up really bad. And I hope it doesn't happen. But what else is it going to take for us to rid these drug cheats out of the sport?
I was going to ask, because he's in a horrible situation now, Agbonlahor, because he wants obviously the rematch, he wants another shot at it, because I think he lost some points. But at the same time, if he thinks his opponent has been doping, as you suggested there, he could get really badly hurt. Do you think someone like him and other boxers in that position will get so much more respect if they pulled out the fight for those reasons?
I'd say I respect them massively, and his family. They're an unbelievable family to do what they've done. Them 3 brothers from Birmingham, the gentlemen, the really top of the sport as well, really good at quality fighters. But there's no shame in saying I'm not fighting him out of principle. I'm just pulling out of principle. I would not get back in the ring with him because he's failed the test until he saves whatever punishment he has to save. And at the minute, it's a 12-month probation period with regular testing. Like, there should be regular testing anyway, but then it goes right back to the testing. I don't think the money's there or the funding is there to test as regularly as need be. Now, I know when I was fighting, I was tested on the bigger fights only. And to be fair, you know, British title, world title fights, every one of them I was tested. But I remember getting a knock on the door at 6 in the morning, just fell outside with a lanyard on, UK anti-doping comes to test you. And I was happy he came, because even though he woke me up at 6 in the morning when I wasn't meant to be, it's like, that's what should be happening. It should be so constant that you don't get a chance to flush in and out your system. But again, you know, there's even more loopholes in this way. You can have a TUE, a therapeutic use exemption, which says that your testosterone levels are really low, so you are allowed legally to take testosterone to boost you up to your natural level. But the natural level sometimes that you're being boosted to, I'm 42, so my testosterone is a lot lower than a 21-year-old man. But legally, I could probably boost my testosterone to the level of a 20-year-old man as long as I have that certificate. That's wrong, in my opinion. I don't agree with that, but I think there's some of the rules that are out there, and it's a minefield, to be fair. And until it's all sort of, you know, blown up and then restarted, I don't think it's going to be fixed, because I don't think the funding is in place.
I agree.
The funding's definitely not in place to fight the cases, put it that way.
No. And also, I think there's a problem that if you had one governing body, it'd be easier to ban a boxer, but you get banned, for argument's sake, by the WBC. You could fight for the WBO next week or next month, right?
Yeah. And also, if you live in America, you get banned by, let's say, the Texas Boxing Commission. You're still allowed to fight. You're still allowed to fight in New York, or let's say commission. You're still allowed to fight in Los Angeles or California. You're still allowed to fight in Nevada. You know, it's so many different organizations, and there's nothing that sits above it all, and that's what is needed. You know, there's people trying to do it, myself included, but it's a long way off.
I agree. Paul, listen, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on. We love you.
And you, mate. Lovely to see you.
And likewise, well, give my regards to your brothers. Thanks, pal.
See you soon. Thank you.
Top boxing trainer and former British boxer Paul Smith. I think it's a nuts scenario that how on earth he's allowed to get back in the ring after failing a drugs test, and then the WBC coming out and saying it was an accidental doping. I think he's nuts. For more on that story, I'm led to believe you can go to our website. How about that? talksport.com. I'm looking through the glass in our new funky studio. Do I see Gabby Agbonlahor? I do. Well, I don't. He's about to. I thought I was getting. Whose arm's that then? He's about 3 or 4 minutes ago away. So when we come back, Gabby will be in the studio. We've got lots coming up between now and 7. Stay with us. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT. listen, Andy Goldstein, live on Drive on talkSPORT. Gabby Agbonlahor is in the building, I'm led to believe, but she doesn't turn up. And our friends at Motorpoint Newcastle with same-day driveway available on all cars. Book a test drive today. Still to come, we'll be asking how Spurs fans feel about their summer window so far. You can have your say on that, Tottenham fans. If you dial in now, you'll make someone in front of me work. 03717 223344. Tottenham fans. In fact, we were talking about this earlier on in the office, about what represents a good season for Spurs. I just wonder if for Spurs fans, different for Spurs fans compared to the owners of Spurs, because you want to win a trophy, right? FA Cup in 15th, is that a good season? FA Cup in 11th, or is it just about Tottenham fans, just about the league position this season? 03717 223344. In fact, staying with Spurs, their 17-year-old forward Mickey Moore is close to joining Rangers on loan. What do you make of that, Tottenham fans? Now, I've got a few friends of mine that are Spurs fans. They love Mickey Moore. Is it Mickey or Mikey Moore? Mikey Moore. They loved him last season. Got very excited when he was warming up, when he started a few games as well. Tottenham fans, looks like he's going to Rangers on loan. You may remember when Phil Foden was at Man City, and there was no way whatsoever that Pep Guardiola was going to let him go. But it looks like Mikey Moore is going on loan to Rangers. So Spurs fans, you can have your say. 03717 223344. A reminder, Wrexham, they're in talks to sign Wales striker Nathan Broadhead from Ipswich Town for a club record fee. How are you getting Ipswich Town stuff in there, Joe? Honestly, Ipswich Town every single day. 03717 223344 is the number you can dial to have your say on national radio. Wayne is an Everton fan, and he's done just that. Hello, Wayne. How are you?
Hi, mate. I'm Charles.
Good. What have you phoned up for? What have I asked that you phoned up for?
When you're talking about James Trafford,
oh yeah,
England,
yeah.
Why?
Why what? What's the question?
Well, the question is, why would you replace a keeper who has been sensational for England, particularly at tournaments?
It's a great question. Well, we all know the fact that when you are a middle-of-the-road player and go to a giant club, you, for some reason, seem to be picked for England a lot more, right?
Well, possibly.
Like John Stones, prime example. When John Stones was at Everton, he wasn't necessarily a regular for England. All of a sudden, he gets a move to Man City, England centre half.
Yeah, because he was very young when he left, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was only just up and coming. James Trafford has had one season in the Premier League and got relegated.
Yeah.
And he's had one season at Burnley. And as you were saying earlier, there's not even a guarantee he's going to be first choice that season.
True. I think it's a question we should ask, right? If you're a goalkeeper, a young English goalkeeper, he's 22 years old, and he's just got a big money move, just under £30 million to Man City. He'll be looking to be Man City's number one, and I'm sure he'll be looking to be England's number one at the World Cup.
Absolutely, of course, because without competition, without ambition, where are you? But it just seems to be that any time an English keeper has a decent run of form.
Okay.
There's a lot of media hype about replacing Jordan Pickford. The last two games, Jordan Pickford hasn't started for England.
Yeah.
They conceded 4 and 3.
Listen, I'm a big fan of Pickford, right? And we did a show about 3-4 months ago. We were talking about England's greatest ever goalkeeper. Pickford was in that conversation. I'm a big fan of his. But here's my question to you, Wayne. You're right. You're an Everton fan. Do you think not just an Everton goalkeeper, but an Everton maybe centre half or a fullback? Do you think it makes a difference to a player if their league form's poor?
I'm sorry, if the team's form.
Yeah,
poor.
so let's just say that come the World Cup, right? So the end of next season, that Everton have had a really poor season. Let's just say, I don't think they will this year, if I'm being honest, but let's just say, for the sake of this argument, they finished 17th and he's conceded a whole stack of goals. But at the same time, James Trafford has had a bit part career in his time at Man City. He's played maybe 15 league games and games in the FA Cup and League Cup, and they've won the league. Right? Who do you think mentally is better prepared to play for England in the World Cup? Is it a league-winning goalkeeper or a goalkeeper of a side that nearly went down?
Well, you're talking. Well, I don't think that's a pertinent question, to be honest, Andy, because if he's only playing a handful of games, on what basis? And, because if we do have a poor season and concede a lot of goals, but he's not the one making the mistakes.
No, I get that. I just mentally, I'm not picking on Everton. I'm just asking the question because Pickford's Everton's number one, right?
Yeah, but I think one of Jordan Pickford's greatest attributes is his mentality.
Yeah, no, listen, for me, he's England's number one, no shadow of a doubt. But I just think you have to question it when Man City are signing a goalkeeper, a young English goalkeeper, just under 30 million.
Well, but my actual original question is why? Because Man City have bought him, then he's all of a sudden in contention to be playing as England's number one. I just don't understand that. Why? I get it that when you play for the so-called bigger teams, you've only got to have half an hour of a good game and you're in the England squad. But it just seems that it's always the case of he's being questioned when he has never made the mistake that led to a goal in a competitive international.
I agree. He hasn't made a mistake. I totally agree. Good call. Thank you for that, Wayne. I think it's a question we have to ask. If Man City are prepared to pay nearly £30 million for a young English goalkeeper, I think that's a question everyone's going to ask. But, Wayne, thank you for calling 03717 223344. Just quickly, we were meant to get Kyron Wilson on today for a bit of a snooker chat. I don't know if you know this, but it was quite made me smile. Kyron Wilson, he passed up the chance to make history at the Shanghai Masters, I think it was yesterday, when he attempted a no-look shot on the black in his 6-5 win over... I can't remember who it was. It was to reach the quarterfinals. It included his match in the last 16, included 6 century breaks. And the record, that's the tied record for the most ever in a best of 11, equals Judd Trump against Neil Robertson and their meet in 2016. Wilson was on 97 in the deciding frame, but opted to turn his head round and just hit the black to try and get it. And if he got it, he would have got the record, but he was mucking about. I just thought that was funny. We were going to get Kyron on to tell us about it, but on the back of that, we can do the times you've showboated and it's cost you, because what that does is, I don't know if I can say this because it's about money, but I'll say it anyway. My producer's nervous. When I was about 21, 22, I used to play pool professionally. I got to 32. You can check all this. I got to number 32 in the world, and there was no money in pool, and we used to play money matches. I think if you won the World Championship, the Embassy World Championship, when I was playing, you won about £1,500, which is no money. And so the only money on the tour was money matches. And I played someone at Ilford Snooker Club for £1,000 up to 10 and was 9-0 up. And I started bat and twirling my cue, showing off. And it went 9-1, 9-2, 9-3. And I was thinking, I'll still win 10-5, 9-6. And when it got to 9-6, I thought I've lost. And I lost 10-9. I was being an idiot. I literally... Yeah, I was being an absolute plonker and I lost 10. Serves me right, people are shouting at the radio, yeah. So if you've got a story about when showboating, £1,000, that was when £1,000 was a lot of money to a 20-year-old. If you've got a story about showboating times it's cost you, I'd like to hear it. 03717 223344. Lots coming up when we come back. I would have taken Gabby's pay for that first hour, so I've just earned myself about 40 grand. But when we come back, Gabby will be in the studio with a huge, big apology for our listening millions.
risk wasn't worth the reward. Ben Stokes is ruled out of the fifth and final test against India with a shoulder injury.
Obviously very disappointed, but just almost needed a bit more time than normally would give to these kind of things to make a decision, and helps that we've got a really good strong squad to be able to select from to put a team out there that we think can get us a win this week.
Scans revealed a grade 3 tear, the most severe category, meaning he now faces 6 to 10 weeks of rehabilitation. Ollie Pope now takes the captain's armband, while Jacob Bethel bats at 6. And fast bowlers Jamie Overton, Gus Atkinson and Josh Tongue come in for Jofra Archer, Bryden Cass and spinner Liam Dawson. England are heading into the series decider at the Oval 2-1. Overseas viewers can catch live coverage on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel. Up on Teenside, will Newcastle fans be upset with Alexander Isak for wanting to go to Liverpool, or the way he's gone about it? The Daily Mail's chief football writer Craig Hope reckons it's the latter.
If this didn't happen, and there's a lot of reasons why it couldn't happen, how he's then reintegrated to the fold with his teammates and, by extension, supporters, that might be a little more difficult than it perhaps could and should have been.
talkSPORT understands Liverpool are willing to pay a British record fee for the Swedish striker. We're also reliably informed Newcastle have already opened talks with Benjamin Sesko, who's also on Man United's list of targets. Granit Xhaka to Sunderland is a done deal. talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook believes it's a signing that will go a long way to keep the Black Cats up this season.
Granit Xhaka brings that much-needed Premier League experience, and it's a big call from him to leave Bayer Leverkusen, where he's had a couple of successful seasons, obviously played in the Champions League, to take a step into a relegation battle. I think tells you about his character.
And Luis Diaz says he's fulfilled his duty at Liverpool after completing a £65 million move to Bayern Munich. The Colombian signed a 4-year deal with the Bundesliga champions. You can grab all the latest transfer lines at talksport.com.
Welcome back to our number 2, Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein. And look who's here, everyone. It's Gabby Agbonlahor.
I want to apologise. I'm sorry, Andy, that
You're disgraced.
Millions of listeners...
Get here early. That's my advice, get here early.
The millions of listeners have had to listen to you for 1 hour on your own.
Do you know what? That's brilliant today.
Was you good on your own?
Really good.
Could you do 3 hours on your own?
My worry is that the people out there that pay the money will go, we don't need a co-host anymore. We can just get away with 50 grand.
I call it the Andy Goldstein show.
It's called that anyway.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, mate. Have a look down there where the names are written. Still to come, Gabby's going to be picking these 5 players that still need to move this summer. Have you done that?
I have indeed. On the train, mate.
Okay, working were you?
Had 4 hours.
Yeah, you did. But now, are Spurs fans happy with their window so far?
Not a bad delivery, and steered in by Kudus in front of the West Ham fans.
I think it's a great signing. Top work from Daniel and Vina and Johan, getting a very good player in.
Morgan Gibbs-White, who flew over a bit later than the rest of the team, he could be in for a big season. So a huge statement from Forest. They're able to keep their best player.
Having been at Brentford, he'll not have worked with a Daniel Levy before. And trust me, it's a lot harder.
And still at least a possibility, as Newcastle try and advance on Wissa, that Spurs might enter that race.
Yeah, it's been a fairly quiet summer for Spurs so far, with just Mohamed Kudus coming in for £55 million. Also, they were linked, of course, to Morgan Gibbs-White before he signed a new deal at Forest. And they go into next season under a new manager. And Thomas Frank, former Premier League striker Michael Owen, joined the Breakfast Show this morning, said he expects both Spurs and Manchester United to improve on what they did last season.
I mean, they can't be as bad as they were. And I think if you're going to give them any leeway, it's that they knew they weren't going to go down. They knew they weren't going to win anything for a long time. So they both prioritised that competition.
Yeah.
They're not going to be as bad as they were, but I can't see them jumping straight back into the Champions League positions next season. But you'd expect a far better showing from both clubs.
A reminder, Spurs take on Arsenal in a pre-season North London derby tomorrow at 12:30. That's part of their tour of Hong Kong. Gabby, lovely to see you.
Thank you, Andy.
This summer started off quite exciting for Spurs fans.
Yes.
New manager Kudus came in. Then the Morgan Gibbs-White thing looked like it was going to be even more exciting for Spurs fans. And then it's just stopped, right?
Yeah, I mean, it shows they've got the funds. I mean, bidding 60 million for Gibbs-White, his release clause shows that they've got the money. So I'm sure they will buy more players while they need to. But also, Andy, they got Kudus for 55 million, but also Tal, who was on loan last season, he signed for 30 mil, and Danso, 20 mil he signed. So that's going to help them. I still think they need one more centre-back. Romero, Van der Ven, injury-prone. Udogie, I think, is injured now. I'm sure I've seen that yesterday that he might be injured pre-season. So another left-back they'll need, a decent one as cover for Udogie. Solanke as well. You know, last season, he done okay. Didn't do outstanding to get, Thomas Tuchel to look at him. So I think they need a top striker to go toe-to-toe with Solanke.
And also players like Son, right? He's not getting any younger. He didn't have a great season last time.
Richarlison. I've seen him on the plane on the pre-season tour, and I'm like, Richarlison, is he a player that you still want there, Spurs? I'm not sure. So they definitely need more attacking options as well, and even centre mid. They lost Højbjerg. He left for 10 to 15 million pounds. So they still need a bit of work done on that side, Spurs. And the problem they've got is, if they don't, they're going into the big boy league now, the Champions League, where you can get found out. You get some big hidings.
You almost need a deeper squad when you're in Champions League, right?
You half need 2 players per position, but top players.
You do.
I'm talking top players, not like last season had Reguilon, left back. He left on a free.
So I think with Thomas Frank, right, it's going to be so interesting because every season he started at Brentford, he would have sat down, I would imagine, with the owners.
Yes.
And the owners would have said, listen, you only briefed this year, don't go down. Right?
Yes.
That's it. Realistically, they obviously want a cup run, etc. But for a side like Brentford, staying in the Premier League is worth millions to them, as it is everyone. But if a side like Brentford can carry on playing Premier League, brilliant. For Spurs, Premier League survival is the least of their worries, right? They've got big fish.
Do you know what it is for me as well, and it is for probably every Spurs fan that's out there, is, yes, they went on to win Europa League. They sacrificed the Premier League.
Yeah.
Last 5-6 games, whatever it was. But to finish in 17th place. 17th place.
17th.
It's good.
Why have you dropped the...
Because you told me to.
All right, but for years you have...
Yes,
just
you give me yourself. A good English lesson. Every time I say it, like a number like that now, I have to think. Because you
have to think.
But they lost 22 games last season.
Yes. What, in the league?
Yeah, in the league.
Or total? Is that total?
No, in the league. First team ever to lose 22 games and not get relegated.
That's nuts.
So if you're a Spurs fan, you're like, yes, exciting. Kudus coming in. We'll get some new players. We're in the Champions League. But also they're going to be like, okay, we want to win every game. I don't care if we even... They won't do, but if they went deep in the Champions League, doesn't matter. Every game you should be going out to win. That's what the fans can understand from Ange. It was confusing for me listening to him and looking at the team that he was picking. It was like it was fine to lose games. Fans pay money, big money, that they can't afford to pay, mate.
Yeah. So what do you think the Tottenham fans expect this season?
I think they expect to be back in European places. Doesn't have to be Champions League, but top 7.
Top 7?
I would say they'll expect to be in the top 7.
Can I ask, is top 7 and nothing better than last season?
No. Winning Europa League's massive.
Yeah?
100%.
I agree with that.
100%, mate, because the Spurs fans have been, 15 years without winning a trophy? So the gamble paid off for Hans, but obviously he lost his job. But this season, get close to the top 7, try and break into the top 7. And also, can you give a good fight? Can you qualify out of the Champions League group? We've seen Villa qualify, we've seen Celtic. Celtic are qualifying out of the Champions League last season. There's no reason why Spurs can't, but they're going to need a lot of help for that squad still, mate.
They really are, aren't they?
I'm just looking at centre-halves, Romero, Van der Ven, hamstring issues, a lot of muscle injuries. You're looking at Ben Davis, not at the level really that Spurs want. You're looking at Danso, looks okay, doesn't look outstanding when I've seen him play. Udogie, always injured. Pedro Porro can have injury problems. So I think Spurs need to go and get some players. Even a Wissa would be perfect. Thomas Frank knows him.
Yeah. Do you think, I know this sounds silly because every manager is, how much pressure is he under in his first season, Thomas Frank?
He's in a lot of pressure.
Do you think so?
I think so, yeah. Because he's been in demand by so many clubs, but hasn't moved, has he, for many years?
Yeah.
Since he's been at Brentford. He's got the job now. Let's see the football you're going to play.
Do you think all Tottenham fans, I said earlier on when you were late, I was playing golf this morning with a mate of mine, a Spurs fan, and he said to me that...
That's nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful day out. West Essex, beautiful.
Must be nice, mate.
Yeah. He was saying that Spurs drew 0-0, I think it was 0-0 with Luton in a pre-season friendly recently.
Did they not have a couple of shots did they have?
Well, he said that they were playing with inverted wingers, which is Thomas Frank's style.
Yes.
And Spurs fans already on forums going, we can't play inverted if we haven't got the players. Spurs fans, like all fans, I'm not picking on Spurs fans, got to give their new manager time, right?
Oh, he needs time, but when you look at last season, losing 22 Premier League games, and can you go and get a result against Arsenal?
They did have a huge problem with injuries last season. I'm not making excuses.
A lot of teams did though.
I know, but they had the worst of it. They really did.
They did.
They really did.
They did. But is that not why you built a squad of 25 players?
Yeah, but they had so many injuries for so long. They did. I'm not suggesting, right, if all those players are fit, they would have finished 5th. They probably would finish 8th. Right? 5th. They'd probably finish 8th. But I'm just saying we have to understand and appreciate that the injuries killed Spurs last season.
It did kill Spurs, but a lot of teams had injuries, big injuries as well. But when you're losing 22 Premier League games, then I'm sorry, that shout of so many injuries cost us, no one's going to take seriously. That's why fans were calling for him to be sacked even before the final. And even after the final, and they won.
Yeah,
some fans were a bit like, for 2-3 days, no, he's got to stay. Then they thought, no, we look at the season, he can't. He's not the right man.
Where will Spurs finish this season?
I think they will finish in 7th. 7th.
Do you really think they'll finish 7th? Do you think there'll be a big name through the door? You know they were going to spend 50 million on Morgan.
Yes.
Do you think that money's still there?
I hope so. Of course it's there.
No, but I mean, do you still think they'll spend
I think they will.
50 or 60 million?
I think they have to.
I agree with you, but do you think they will?
I think they will, and I think they'll spend more than that. It wouldn't surprise me to spend another £100 million.
Another 100?
Yes, because the Champions League money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Winning Europa League, the Champions League money makes a big difference. And Thomas Frank wouldn't have took this job if he wasn't guaranteed to get certain players that he wanted.
Okay, last question to you, right? Bearing in mind, if you win the FA Cup, it puts you into Europe.
Yes.
What's better this season for Spurs? 17th and the FA Cup, or 7th?
7th.
Is it?
Back into Europe.
Yeah, but FA Cup gets you back in Europe.
Yeah, but it's going to be a slog of a season again, isn't it?
I'm just asking, would you... Spurs win a trophy, right?
Yeah, but... Last season was different.
You become trophy pigs, 2-2, no?
Last season was different because of how long it had been and the banter from other fan bases. It's Spursy, they're going to lose in the final, that's what they do. Now, winning that, yes, amazing to win the FA Cup, but finishing that low again, I mean, the fans can't accept that.
Spurs fans, we're taking your calls, 03717223344. What's expected? Spurs fans, if you've had a moan already about Thomas Frank, let me know. I think you're mad to do that, but let me know. What's expected? And would you take a cup and bottom half finish?
No, you didn't say bottom half.
I know, but I'm adding
17th.
17th. 03th 717 223344. Dial that. You can have your say live and drive on talkSPORT after this. Listen, Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor, Motorpoint, thousands of cars, all unbeatable prices, guaranteed. Head to motorpoint.co.uk for details. Yesterday, Jack, I said this song reminded me of a song called Walking with Elephants. Did you find it? Have a look for it. Great tune. Still to come, Gabby's going to be picking his 5 players that still need a move this summer. Have you done it?
I haven't.
Ollie Watkins in there.
On the train.
Ollie Watkins.
No, I put in Bruno Fernandes.
Good.
Who else was there?
Well, there's a whole host of Man United players. Jadon Sancho.
Martinez.
Yeah.
Your mate Delit.
Yeah.
3.
Anyone else?
Oh, Nana was 4.
Yeah. Is that it? Just all Man United players?
Cunha was 5.
Nice. Yeah. Cunha already, yeah. Just quickly, Morecambe have stopped all football operations as the uncertainty around the future of the club continues. That's nuts. Sunderland have completed the signing of former Arsenal midfielder Granit Xhaka from Bayer Leverkusen.
Great signing.
£17 million, yeah. When they won the league, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yes.
I didn't watch too much Bundesliga football, I'll be honest, but he was exceptional.
Yes, he was, mate. Top player. Sunderland are doing it all right, mate.
Yeah, they are.
Over £100 million spent.
They are.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be... Do you know what? We'll get onto this another day, more detail, but picking the 3 now...
Yeah, not as easy, mate.
No, I wonder if Brentford...
Brentford are probably taking Sunderland's place for me.
We're talking about Spurs. How do you improve on last season? 03717 22 3344. Luke is a Spurs fan. He's up next. Hi, Luke.
Hello, Luke.
Hi, Andy. How's it going, Andy? How's it going, Gabby?
I'm
right,
great.
mate.
I'm right. Have you ever been late for work? An hour late for work? What would happen if your boss, if you were an hour late, what would happen?
I would just come up with a funny excuse or something, just maybe try and play it down a little bit, I suppose.
Would you offer to do the hour after that you missed?
Yeah, to get, if I was doing your job, definitely.
Yes.
Sit down and talk about sport all night.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if you're an hour late, would you apologise to over 1.2 million people? Or would you be just bowling with a big smile? Not even offer food, donuts, drinks, nothing, just walks in?
Maybe bring a coffee in or something, sweeten up the people.
How can I do that when I'm running in because I'm late?
Yeah,
how's that? We've all coming with coffees.
Gab, you've never run in your life. We've seen you play.
I need to chase them fullbacks anyway.
Luke, what would you like to say?
Just very underwhelmed, mate, to be honest, with regards to the transfer window so far. I mean, it just stinks a little bit of Daniel Levy, and I don't like to constantly dig the guy out because he has done a lot of good things. But to constantly underachieve in the transfer window when we should be pushing on, we just won the Europa League. Now is the time we need to go out and make that statement signing, And like Gabby said, we've got the money. He's already gone for £60 million. So to meet a player's release clause and then get turned down on it, for me, it's a little bit embarrassing, especially when it's Nottingham Forest. And I don't mean that as a disrespectful thing, but take away the injuries, we wouldn't have had the season we had last season if we didn't have so many injuries. I know you say other teams have had it, but I've never seen a season like that.
Do you know what I think, though, with Spurs now? I feel that getting into the Champions League now, it's a chance to really go for it. Spurs have been waiting for this for how many years? Why not go now? Go and spend the money that you're allowed to spend. Whatever Spurs are allowed to spend with PSR rules, I don't know. But go and get your big stars. Go and have a good go in the Champions League. Go and fight to get back in the Champions League again. Because otherwise, you end up dropping back like you have over the years.
Well, that's the thing, Gabby, and it will happen. I mean, if we finish 7th or 8th, we're going to rue this missed opportunity and say, damn it, you were linked with this player, you were linked with that player, you could have spent X amount, but you didn't. He tends to go for cheap players. I mean, you've got Kota Takai. No one, no disrespect to the guy. I'm sure he's got a bit about him, but I've never seen him. Not a lot of people have. He'll sell a few shirts on the other side of the world for us. So for me, it's a marketing strategy, and he always seems to do these things. The only thing I can say is I watched this against Luton. I watched a training game the other day, and I watched this against Reading. We have got Vuskovic, who's centre-half, and he looked all right against Reading, but it's Reading, isn't it? You know, he's got a bit of air in his lungs, he's got a bit of fitness to go, and he's done an assist, he's scored a goal. It looks like he's got a bit about him. Kudus has come in. He's got a lot to prove. He's got some energy about him, which for me is a good thing because he knows he has to have a better season to what he did last season. But other than that, we're 2.5, 3 weeks away from the start of the season. That's all we've done, you know. And for me, it's underwhelming, and we need more. We need more quicker. And I really want to see us spend £100 million and make that statement signing and say, yes, we are Tottenham. We're going to push on now from winning the Europa League and get that duck off our back.
I don't think, thanks for your call, I don't think Spurs are going to spend £100 million on one player, do you? That marquee signing.
I don't think so, but I can see the frustration from Spurs fans of like, you've got into the Champions League now, just won the Europa League. Can you push forward now? I don't know how much Spurs are allowed to spend, but I'm sure they're fine with PSR.
Of course they are.
Can they go for it?
Now they will be. Sam's up next, a Spurs fan. Hi, Sam.
Good evening, Sam.
Hello, boys. You all right?
You're good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad.
What would you like to say, Samuel?
Just a bit demoralised with it, really. I think when we signed confirmed Kudus, and then 24 hours later, the Gibbs-White deal was announced, and then obviously that went peak-tong. By that stage, I was buzzing. I thought that's the quadruple wrapped up next season. And then it's just gone quiet, you know. There's talk about the naming rights deal coming in, money from Qatar coming in, so we have some money to play with. That's all gone quiet as well. And there's just like Arsenal next door spending hundreds of millions, all the teams around us just spending money, even United, who are meant to be skin, throwing money around. And yeah, we just seem to be getting left behind at the moment. I think the Thomas Frank appointment is very uninspiring. I think if we don't do well in the first 5, 6, 7 games of the season, I think there's going to be some real negative energy around. And it's sort of the appointment to me screams a lot of the Santo appointment a few years back, sort of very pragmatic football, and a guy coming from a lesser club to a so-called bigger team, and it didn't work out. And I don't know. I just think he's going to be under a lot of pressure if it doesn't work out for us. And we're just, yeah, like I say, we just seem to be getting left behind at the moment.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you can't look at what Arsenal are spending. Look where Arsenal have been finishing. I mean, season after season, Champions League football every season. But I do think Spurs fans need to see new players come in. I mean, Danso and Tel, decent players. Kudus, very good player when he's on it. You have to see what he's like. Didn't perform last season.
Last season didn't. The season before he was good.
Exactly. So they need a lot of help, though. Go and get another centre forward in, because Richarlison can't be your number 2 centre forward.
Good call. Let's go to Val joins. Hi, Val.
Hello, Val.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Gabby. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. I've just been listening to the other two callers, and to be fair to Gabby, I think he summed it up quite neatly. We've been caught in the hop again. You know, the euphoria of the Europa League has evaporated already for me. I've watched, you know, the top 6 go out and get the players they need, albeit they probably are in a better position to do so. But Manchester United have got Cunha and Bueno, and they're not even in the Champions League. So that's a downer for me. Then we had the Morgan Gibbs-White fiasco. And my view is every transfer window, we don't seem to have a defined strategy. You know, here we are, two or 3 weeks to go. And, you know, do we know what we really want? I know what we want. We need a centre-back. We need a left-back. We need a number 6. I think we need a decent number 10. I'm not sure about Kudus. And we need another striker. Hey, Gabby, I would take Ollie Watkins.
Would you really? Yeah.
I don't think he'll move from Villa to Spurs, do you? Or do you?
I think he might do. But, you know, I agree about Richarlison. You know, season after season I've watched him, and he was never worth 60 million quid.
Val, can I ask, you know you said Matas, Cunha and Bremo have gone to Man United?
Yeah.
I mean, they've gone to Man United because it's Manchester United, right?
Really? And they're not in the Champions League and we aren't. Now,
It doesn't matter. The season Leicester won the Premier League and the season after they were in the Champions League, it's the same thing, right? But if you're going to go to Leicester or Man United, it's still Manchester United.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, a lot of my family support United, but I still think they have chosen to go there rather than go to a club.
Do you still speak to them, people in your family that support Man United?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't.
I'm not a complete moron. But, yeah, you know, listen, I think I would love to see Eze come to Spurs. I don't think he wants to come to Spurs. He's going to Arsenal.
What about Grealish?
Do you know, if you'd have asked me that a month ago, I'd have said no. But now I'm beginning to think he might be the answer.
Yeah,
is he really going to go to Everton? I can't see that.
I don't think so. I think we'll have a lot of options.
Yeah. Val, we spoke to you before.
No.
Great call.
I've been listening to talkSPORT for many years. I've been going to Tottenham for far too many years.
Yeah.
I was bored stiff last season. I mean, we struggled over the line in that awful final. And, you know, great that we won it. You know,
Val.
You can hear the frustration in my voice.
Val, Andy wanted to ask you a question for a Spurs fan. Would you rather finish in 17th place and win the FA Cup or top 7?
Oh, right. Well, this is I put down a few little notes here in case I forgot something. So my expectations for this season would be a domestic cup, really. And I don't think we're going to finish higher than 10th, to be honest.
10th.
Yeah. I don't rate Tell. I've watched Tell, and he's okay. He's a squad player, but I can't, you know.
Val.
And Dan's so solid.
Val, listen, I've got to let you go because we've got to go to the
Great call,
I'm already over my producer going nuts, but can you make sure you call us back again? I've really enjoyed speaking to you.
Definitely.
Nice. All the best.
Thanks, Val. Have a lovely day. She was good, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's not too keen on the squad of players, is she?
No, but she knows her stuff.
Yes.
As everyone does that listens to talkSPORT. Still to come, Gabby's going to be picking his 5 players that still need to move this summer. First, it's time for No Googling Part 2. We want to know which manager holds the record for the most Premier League Manager of the Month awards in a single season. Let me say that again. Which manager holds the record for the most Premier League Manager of the Month awards in a single season? The answer to that, loads more coming up live Drive on talkSPORT after this.
The risk wasn't worth the reward. Ben Stokes is ruled out of the fifth and final test against India with a shoulder injury.
Obviously very disappointed, but just almost needed a bit more time than normally would give to these kind of things to make a decision, and helps that we've got a really good strong squad to be able to select from to put a team out there that we think can get us a win this week.
Scans revealed a grade 3 tear, the most severe category, meaning he now faces 6 to 10 weeks of rehabilitation. Ollie Pope now takes the captain's armband, while Jacob Bethel bats at 6. And fast bowlers Jamie Overton, Gus Atkinson and Josh Tongue come in for Jofra Archer, Bryden Cass and spinner Liam Dawson. England are heading into the series decider at the Oval 2-1. Overseas viewers can catch live coverage on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel. Up on Teenside, will Newcastle fans be upset with Alexander Isak for wanting to go to Liverpool, or the way he's gone about it? The Daily Mail's chief football writer, Craig Hope, reckons it's the latter.
If this didn't happen, and there's a lot of reasons why it couldn't happen, how he's then reintegrated to the fold with his teammates and, by extension, supporters, that might be a little more difficult than it perhaps could and should have been.
talkSPORT understands Liverpool are willing to pay a British record fee for the Swedish striker. You can grab all the latest transfer lines at talksport.com.
This is Walking with Elephants. Well done, Jack.
Tuna.
What tune this is? You like it?
A tuna.
Tell it out, mate, Jacqueline.
Come on.
Good tune. I don't know how I remember that. I can't remember what I got upstairs for. Driver talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor alongside. Before the break, ask a question. Which manager holds the record for the most Premier League Manager of the Month awards in a single season? Any idea?
No idea.
I haven't written down clues. What about when... No, I can't think. Jurgen Klopp's the answer. Still to come and have some fun with the best of talkSPORT. Kyron Wilson will be joining us in 10 minutes' time as well.
Lovely.
All right. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, it's the music. Right, it's been a summer of big spending in the Premier League, but there are, of course, still plenty of players who are looking for a move. So with that in mind, we thought we would ask Gabby, who was late today, for his top 5 players who must leave the club this summer. Gabby, over to you.
So, not in any order.
You've done a lot of homework.
Thank you very much.
Really good, really impressive.
You know what? Not in any order, but obviously yesterday or the day before, talking about Jack Grealish, I think what happened last season, not coming on in the FA Cup final, after the season, not going to the Club World Cup, Jack has to go. It's frustrating for him. He loves playing under Pep Guardiola. He loves Manchester City. I think he done a little clip, didn't he, at the Oasis concert to some Man City fans. Jack saying that he loves.
Oh yeah, in Manchester.
City.
Yeah.
So
he looked like he had a good day.
Yeah.
No, but do you know what I mean? Looked like he had a few.
I think everyone had a few there.
Oh, okay.
No, so I think he needs to leave. He needs to go and play some football, play week in, week out, like we said yesterday. Go and be one of the first names on the team sheet. If that's Everton, if you can go to a Spurs, you can go abroad even.
Do you think it'd be a mistake going to Everton?
I don't think it would be a mistake, but I see it as, could it be after 6 months you've done that well where you think, why did I sign for
Is
a
he
year,
better than Everton?
I think he is better than Everton, yeah. I would say a Napoli, like I said yesterday, will be a great move for him. Go and play.
Why have you got Napoli?
I just think what Conte's done there, won the Scudetto last season. What Scott McTominay done, MVP got for the league as well. Gilmore's done well there. Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne's gone there.
De Bruyne's there, yeah.
He knows him well as well, so settled in well. So I think that would be a good move for him.
Okay.
Also, Jadon Sancho,
have we not got like number 2? Have you not got any of that? I mean, we should play about with some sounds we got.
Jadon Sancho's got to go.
Jack, have you got it, Jack?
Wouldn't take a wage cut to go to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Didn't want to lose out on any money, which is fair if that's what he wants to do. But he's still only 25 and
what it is, Jadon Sancho?
25. Hasn't worked for him at Manchester United. 2 spells at Dortmund have worked. Hasn't worked at Chelsea. Do we just say sometimes that the Premier League isn't for certain players?
Yeah.
I think it's not for Jadon Sancho.
Does the Bundesliga work? One more Billy said he would never buy a player from the Bundesliga. Now, he didn't mean like a Haaland, because Haaland went to it and then we knew it was a stepping stone, right? And he didn't mean, well, he talked about a couple of the players that went to Chelsea. They were Werner and Havertz.
Yes.
Right?
Some players it's worked, some players it hasn't. So I don't think you can say you can't take a player.
I'm just quoting what Billy being
We'll
in.
sort him out.
Yeah, okay.
10 to 7. Next one for me
Number
is
3.
Ben.
Oh, good work. Well done.
Ben Chilwell. Bit of a forgotten man.
Yeah. Good player, by the way.
Only 28 years of age.
Yeah.
R. Chilwell. Great player. He needs to go and play football, though. Last season, he only had 8 appearances for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, he was.
Couldn't get Mitchell out the side. Mitchell's a better fullback. He was number 1. He probably went there, Chilwell, thought he'd get the game time, but hasn't. I look at him as well. He's only played 107 games since 2020 when he joined Chelsea.
107 games in
5 years. 5 years. Obviously on loan last
20 a season.
And how many games they play now, mate? With European football as well.
How old is he? Do you know? Have you got that information?
Ben Chilwell is 28, mate.
Have you got that information?
Yeah. Of course, I read it down. Yeah, he's 28 years of age, 107 games in 5 years, a lot of injuries. I just think he needs to find a club where he's going to be number 1. Crystal Palace was never going to work. Mitchell's a top left back. He needs to maybe go down to a lower club in the Premier League. If that's a Leeds, if it's a Sunderland, if it's a Burnley, and just play week in, week out. We've seen Carl Walker, all he's won in the game, and he's gone to Burnley.
Strange move, that.
But Chilwell, what sort of player is he now? I don't think anyone knows. What is he at the levels he was?
You know, with the way fullbacks play football, and they're either inverted or they're wing backs.
Yes.
Right? But I mean, they're going on. Do you think that the lifespan for a fullback nowadays is a lot shorter than it was in Gary Neville's time?
Carl Walker, what is he, 35? 34, 35?
Okay, exception to the rule.
I don't think so, because yes, fullbacks are flying forward and flying back, but
they used to stop at the halfway line effectively, right?
Yes, but wingers, they're tracking back and flying forward as well. Midfielders, box to box.
Yeah.
Strikers now are pressing more, aren't they, when you see them, apart from maybe some Man United strikers. But I just want to see Chilwell enjoys football. Will the wages be a problem with a loan to a Premier League club? But he's got no future at Chelsea. Okay. It's obvious to see. Cucurella's number 1. They're bringing in another left-back who can play centre-back for Ajax, 19-year-old. So Ben Chilwell, I'm keen to see where he moves.
Okay.
Next
Number
one.
4. Hold on. I mean, Jack's got a button. Do it again, Jack.
Number 4.
Thanks, Jack.
Next one is Raheem Sterling.
Oh, wow. What's happening with him?
I know. You forget, don't you? Didn't work for him at Arsenal last season.
How was he, 29?
No, 30 years of age. Right. 17 Premier League appearances for Arsenal. Only started 4 games.
No good.
Guess how many goals?
None.
Yep, 0 goals. Guess how many assists?
None.
2. So it's not a great reward for Arsenal, what they put in financially to get him from Chelsea.
Where's he go now?
That's what I mean, at 30. But what I want to say about Sterling is that whatever he does now for the rest of his career, I think is an outstanding career. What he's done in the game, what he's won. You know, you look at Sterling and you think, oh, he'd be 35. Because he's been playing that long from this when he started.
Again, a lot of his game is based on pace, right? I mean,
of course, yeah. He's not as quick as he was. But I just think the career that he's had, mate, and his England record as well. How many caps do you think Sterling's got?
83.
82. Ooh.
No, really?
Yes. How many goals?
I'm so good, aren't I? How many goals for England?
Yes.
26.
20.
Okay.
Good
guess, though, right? Good guess.
1 in 4 is decent, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's done well for his country
really good,
as well.
Really good.
Especially in the Euros.
He was player of the tournament for us.
He was in the Euros.
Yeah, the one here.
Yes, the one we lost to Italy. I thought it was outstanding. I think normally with age, mate, you get it. You get to 30. Some players continue at the level they were at, but Sterling, obviously, his levels have dropped. Didn't work for him at Arsenal. Now he's on big money at Chelsea. I don't see a Premier League club going in for him with the wages that he's on. Does he have to go and look
at Villa
abroad? No.
Squad player?
No, I wouldn't. Okay. No, I just think how poor last season was.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's worked. But
Jack, you should have one more left.
career.
Number 5.
So this player I really like. He's been linked with Aston Villa. He plays for Manchester United. Any idea?
No.
Young.
Ashley Young.
Energetic.
Oh.
Can score goals.
Garnacho.
Assist. Yes. Garnacho, 21 years of age.
How much would you pay for him?
40. That right?
40
you want
million
more?
for Garnacho, yeah.
50?
I think United would get about 60 for him.
Well, Garnacho,
Where would you play him?
I think we find a place for him. Off the right, off the left. I think he's got a lot to learn, though, Andy, with Garnacho.
Yeah, that's the problem. But all these young kids have now. The world's totally different, right?
But you see what I found about Garnacho, watching him, and especially when Ruben Amorim come in, he seemed frustrated. I mean, last season...
Cup final.
Yeah, but last season, mate, he made 58 appearances. In the Premier League, he made 30 appearances. Give you 6 goals, 5 assists, which isn't bad for a 21-year-old. But I just look at him and what he's been doing on social media, the comments maybe under Rashford's posts, he's rubbing up Manchester United the wrong way.
Yeah, I think he's a bad apple at United. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
I used to love him, but it's just not working.
But you see what I think about him, though, mate? I think when you do sell him and he will leave, he's going to be one that haunts you because he's 21.
I agree with
he's got so much to learn. I mean, his final ball can be dreadful. His finishing, he misses so many chances.
If we straight swap Garnacho for Watkins.
No, thanks.
You don't want it?
No. Watkins, you can't find Ollie Watkins out there for the amount of money that you're going to have to spend.
40 million for a 30-year-old.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. What are you going to do with the 40 mil, though?
I know, but that's not what you said. I think it's a lot of money for a 30-year-old.
That scores 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 goals.
Which one? 15 or 19 is a big difference.
No, that's similar to what his record's been in the last 5 years.
I know, but you're not going to get the next 5 of those.
How do you know?
He'll be 35.
So? How old's Ronaldo? How old's Mo Salah?
Are you comparing Ollie Watkins to Salah and Ronaldo?
Players look after themselves, mate.
I know, but superstars do.
No, most players look after themselves. Watkins will be one that looks after himself.
Name a player. Name an average player that does it after 30.
You mean who's average?
Well,
are you calling Watkins average?
Compared to Messi and Ronaldo and Salah, yeah.
Oh, average?
Compared to those three?
Compared to those three, he's obviously nowhere near their level, but he's a top player, and I can see him still playing at the top for at least 3-4 seasons.
Okay, all right.
Why have you got a problem with all Villa players?
I haven't got a problem with them, you know that.
Then Villa fans call you out and you block them.
No, don't. Villa fans know you're
you block them?
No.
You do.
I don't block anyone.
You don't block anyone.
I'll block you in a minute.
Show me your block list in a break.
6.
I reckon it's 1,000.
Oh, in the thousands. And then some. Still to come on Drive, we're going to hear how Rupert Bell reacted when he found out how much Alan Brazil earns.
It's just not fair, dear listener.
No, it's not. We'll also hear about what happens on a night out with Big Al.
I took on Keith Wood once in a Dublin nightclub. Don't worry about that.
Plus, we'll be joined by Kevin Atchard for a bit of this.
Drive worldwide.
Wide. All that and loads more coming up the last hour drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor. A busy last 15 of the hour when we come back. Karen Wilson joins us, talking about silly shots on the final ball of a frame. And also we'll have the best of talkSPORT. So a busy last 15.
Oh, there's only an hour and 10 left. Oh, damn.
You've only done about 48 minutes. Look at you. Blimey. Driver talkSPORT, it's me, Andy Goldstein, professional. I was here on time. Gabby Agbonlahor alongside me, hour late at Motorpoint. New car with same day driveway available on all cars. Book a test drive today. Still to come, we want to hear from you. If you were at the World Cup final in 1966 on this day, do you remember the date then?
Pardon?
Do you remember the date in 1966?
No, I do not, mate. What was it?
You don't remember?
No.
It was on this day in 1966.
Okay.
Can you remember the date?
No.
You can't remember the date?
No.
Why can't you remember the date?
30th of July.
30th.
Was it Wednesday?
Do you remember when FA Cup final replays were on a Thursday night? Is that before your time?
Yes, it was.
They were on a Thursday night.
When
FA
was
Cup.
that? In the 80s.
There was definitely 80s. When was the last one? 93 was the last one. I think Arsenal beat Sheffield Wednesday.
Right before the Premier League was formed.
No, Premier League was 92. So it's just after Premier League.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Newcastle goalkeeper Nick Pope could be a target for Man United. By the way, Sesko, that talk's moving.
That's going to hurt Newcastle.
TalkSPORT understands that they're talking to each other.
If Newcastle miss out on him as well,
go on, United.
The Newcastle fans are going to lose it, mate. Because
I've had a bet with Bentley, right? £500 that we get top 8. We get Sesko and Buemo, Cunha.
Sesko's a very good player.
Donnarumma comes in.
What about your defence, though?
I need another 5 players, and we've done it.
Casemiro.
Right, time now for this. Top of the best TalkSPORT friends. We run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across TalkSPORT and our sister stations. Why don't we kick things off with the breakfast show this morning, which came from glorious Goodwood. Big Alan Brazil, Dean Saunders were joined by the former England prop Joe Marler. Big Al was in a high-flying mood.
What about Alan calling him the hunch? Calling him the hunch. Esmeralda.
Alan Brazil against Joe Marler.
The bells. Oh, easy peasy. I took on Keith Wood once in a Dublin nightclub. Don't worry about that, Sam.
Did you?
Call him Keith
I can handle myself.
Keith Wood? He's tiny, isn't he?
No, he's not. He's a big lump.
Keith Wood, the guitarist?
No, the Irish guy.
The rugby player.
No, no.
When did you last get into a fight? Have you ever had a proper fight?
Yeah, but I can't remember it.
Why not? You lose it.
It was a night out.
Fight is bad. If there's kids listening, you don't want to get involved. Run away, kids, if there's a fight happening.
Definitely, not worth it.
What percentage of the people at TalkSPORT could you beat in a fight? It's very fight-heavy, this one, isn't
it? I'd say 90%.
You could beat Tony Cascarino?
No.
I don't see who could beat you. Benty might have a chance of beating you.
Yeah, Benty's vicious, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
I've only seen him with a paddle racket in his hand.
Some of the managers are doing a lot of boxing at the moment, aren't they?
The big one is? Who else?
That's what I'm saying. So,
okay.
Yeah,
if you had to fight him, and he's your boss, would you let him beat you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would as well.
Yeah, just go down after one.
Yeah. Well done, you've won. If you and Big Al were wrestling in a tag team, what would they call you?
Timon and Pumbaa.
What'd you say?
Timon and Pumbaa.
What's that mean? Will you say it again?
You never watched Timon and Pumbaa?
I don't know what you're saying. Timon and Pumbaa.
Pumbaa.
I don't know what you're saying.
You don't know what they're off?
Well, Joe just said in my Lion King. I could have said all that. No. When do I watch The Lion King?
You never watched You're poor kids.
No. Hold on. I have watched it, but I don't recall every single moment of everything I've ever watched.
You don't know who Timon and Pumbaa? Wow.
No. I know it starts off with Arsene Wenger, doesn't it?
Wow. Man, I've got no words. Can we move on?
Wow.
Everyone knows who Timon and Pumbaa.
I do not know who they are.
Are you winding me up?
No.
Are you joking?
It's The Lion King. What do you feel like? How much time do you think I've got on my hands to watch The Lion King?
So you never sat there and watched him multiple times with the kids?
No, once.
Poor kids, man.
Why?
Poor kids.
No. We used to watch...
You're miles off it,
We used
mate.
to watch Wally. Don't forget, the breakfast show returns at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Jeff Stelling and the former Newcastle and Crystal Palace gaffer, Alan Pardew.
On to last night's sports bar where Jamie the Chunk O'Hara was
three golf clubs O'Hara
was tagging everything on Instagram for free alongside Jermaine Pennant. Here's Spencer the United fan having a nightmare during a midnight quiz.
Where was the 2004 Olympics held?
I mean
so this is like Amir Khan. 2004.
So Spence is a Man United fan. Spence?
Oh, lads, it's Sydney.
Oh, that was quick. No messing about.
No
Spence?
messing about. That's the wrong answer. He's close. Sydney was 2000.
Spence! You come on there, mate. So confident. Chest out.
Andy, how many Olympic cities can you name?
That's not a question.
Yes, it is.
How many Olympic cities?
Yes, can you name?
10.
On them.
London.
Yep.
Munich.
Yep.
Barcelona.
Yep.
Atlantic City.
Yep.
Why are you laughing?
I ain't got a clue.
Oh, okay.
I've got the answers. Yep.
You just got to go for the countries, didn't you?
Yeah, Paris.
Yep.
Miami.
I would go Miami, yeah.
All right, we'll be here all day.
Yeah.
The Sports Bar returns tonight with Jamie O'Hara and Adebayo Akinfenwa. Don't forget to get your calls in on 03717 223344.
And let me remind you, for the best bits of TalkSport, you can download the TalkSport Daily Podcast. But if I were you, listen, pin back your leg holes. Make sure you download 21 Minutes to Go. It's my brand new podcast with Jason
Amazing,
Cundy.
mate.
Thank you, man. It's very kind of you. You listened to it yet?
Yeah, all 5 of them.
There's only 3 at the moment. Episode 3 dropped on Monday. They come out every Monday. 21 minutes to go. Go and download it. It's only 21 minutes long. You'll love it. And, of course, make sure you've got the TalkSport app where you can swipe between TalkSport and TalkSport 2 and all of our other sister stations so you never miss a moment. When we come back, we'll be talking to people that never missed the moment. And that moment being when England won the World Cup in '66. If you were there in the stadium, only you can phone up next. 03717 223344.
The risk wasn't worth the reward. Ben Stokes is ruled out of the 5th and final test against India with a shoulder injury.
Obviously very disappointed, but just almost needed a bit more time than normally would give to these kind of things to make a decision, and helps that we've got a really good strong squad to be able to select from to put a team out there that we think can get us a win this week.
Scans revealed a grade 3 tear, the most severe category, meaning he now faces 6 to 10 weeks of rehabilitation. Ollie Pope now takes the captain's armband, while Jacob Bethel bats at 6. And fast bowlers Jamie Overton, Gus Atkinson and Josh Tongue come in for Jofra Archer, Bryden Cass and spinner Liam Dawson. England are heading into the series decider at the Oval 2-1. Overseas viewers can catch live coverage on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel. Up on Teesside, will Newcastle fans be upset with Alexander Isak for wanting to go to Liverpool, or the way he's gone about it? The Daily Mail's chief football writer, Craig Hope, reckons it's the latter.
If this didn't happen, and there's a lot of reasons why it couldn't happen, how he's then reintegrated to the fold with his teammates and, by extension, supporters, that might be a little more difficult than it perhaps could and should have been.
talkSPORT understands Liverpool are willing to pay a British record fee for the Swedish striker. We're also reliably informed Newcastle have already opened talks with Benjamin Sesko, who's also on Man United's list of targets. Granit Xhaka to Sunderland is a done deal. talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook believes it's a signing that will go a long way to keep the Black Cats up this season.
Granit Xhaka brings that much-needed Premier League experience, and it's a big call from him to leave Bayer Leverkusen, where he's had a couple of successful seasons, obviously played in the Champions League, to take a step into a relegation battle. I think tells you about his character.
And Luis Diaz says he's fulfilled his duty at Liverpool after completing a £65 million move to Bayern Munich. The Colombian signed a 4-year deal with the Bundesliga champions. You can grab all the latest transfer lines at talksport.com.
He is.
Big kid you are, aren't you?
Huh?
You're a big kid.
No, this is what we miss, isn't it? Chucking paper at each other. You're listening to the last hour drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein. Gabby Agbonlahor's everyone.
It means no worries for the rest of your day.
How can you not know some Come on, man.
What's that? Lion King.
Andy, you're joking, aren't you?
That's what the big deal is.
Andy, if you go home and say to the missus and the kids that you don't know who Timon and Pumbaa is, they'll probably kick you out of the house.
I've got a great story about the Lion King, but I actually can't tell you on air. It's unbelievable, but I have to tell you off air.
What, you met them?
Them? Yeah, Noel and Liam, both of them. But first, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this phone-in. Were you there on this day 59 years ago?
It's all over, I think. No, it's... And here comes Hurt. He's got... Some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now. It's 4.
3 years ago, Alf Ramsey set out on the hard road that led to the World Cup. Only the optimists thought he could possibly succeed. Certainly not West Germany. But it was England that the whole world of sport was now cheering.
On this day, 1966, England won the World Cup. For the first and only time, Jeff Hurst became the first player to score 2.5 goals in a World Cup finals, sparking probably the most iconic line in football history. So we want to hear from anyone was actually there on that day at Wembley.
Imagine.
03717 22 33 here's a question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Okay?
I might not answer it then.
Okay. I asked this question to the boys in the meeting. Can you name the 11 that won it?
Not a chance.
Can you not?
No.
How many can you get? Near, go on. I can help you to it. Goalkeeper. You know the goalkeeper.
Go on, you name the goalkeeper.
You must know the goalkeeper.
Of course I know the goalkeeper.
Go on.
No, I'm not naming the team.
You see him in High Street, you get money from him.
I know the goalkeeper.
Go on. What's his name? Where'd you get money?
Thanks, obviously. Come on.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be able to name the whole
Who
team.
lifted up... I'll give you clues. Who lifted up the trophy? One number 6. Most famous England player ever.
Tell me.
Oh, come on, Gav.
No, I'm waiting for you to do it.
The captain of England that day.
I'm
wiped his hand on his chest when he shook the Queen because he didn't want to put grass on her gloves.
I'm always doing quizzes.
No, come on, you must know.
No, you can answer.
Gab, you know lifted up the trophy.
Of course I know.
Go on, what's his name?
No, you tell me.
Come on, Gabby.
No, you tell me.
I can name all. I named all 11 in the meeting.
Go on.
You know Bobby Moore.
Of course I do.
Who's got the hat?
Who's left back?
Who's got Ray Wilson? You won't know this though.
Right back.
No, here's the thing. I don't think a lot of people know it. That's the problem. That's the problem. This
What, the 11?
Yeah.
No, not many people will.
Okay, so Banks in goal,
I'm miles
Ray
off
Wilson, George Cohen, Bobby Moore, Jack Charlton is back 5.
Back 5?
Goalkeeper only.
Okay.
Then you've got Alan Ball, you've got Nobby Stiles, you've got Bobby Charlton, Martin Peters, Roger Hunt, and Jeff Hurst.
Wow.
There's your 11.
Wow. Was you born then?
I went to the game.
Was you one?
I was linesman. It was. How much of that have you watched?
Not much.
Okay.
I think there's the certain clips from it, but not much of it, no.
Because it was just... Have you seen any of the shirts, by the way?
No.
There's one. I think it might be at Harlequin. Someone was telling me from George Cohen's. Where did Ben Cohen play? Was that Harlequins? It's okay. George Cohen's shirt was on display at a rugby club I went to, and I just think when you get close to a
of course,
piece of iconic memorabilia
boots,
like that,
shorts, even socks, whatever, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a shirt, whatever it is. So I've won it since 59 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. So we're taking calls, and it can have a couple through. Joe, is that right? 03717 222344. Because everyone claims that they were there. But, of course, only 100,000 people were there. Sadly, a lot of those people aren't around anymore. But there are plenty that are. And I thought it would be a great idea if we asked those people to phone up and tell us about that, historic day. 03717 222344 is the number that Cliff has dialed. Hello, Cliff.
Good evening, Cliff.
Good evening, Annie. Good evening, Gary.
How are you? Are you well?
I'm very well, sir.
Cliff, do you mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 73.
Hold on, so that means 59, 40. You're 24 on the day.
14.
That's what I meant.
24?
That's what I meant.
Wow.
I did that so quick, I thought, blimey, I've impressed myself. You're 14, right. How did you get the ticket to the World Cup final? Talk to me about that wonderful day.
Well, I got it from my friend who had got a ticket. I still don't remember how he got it, but he gave it to me because he couldn't go because he was in hospital having his tonsils out. So he let me have his ticket. One of my friends was also going with his uncle, but they were in a different part of the ground.
Yeah.
But his uncle managed to sneak me in, so all three of us watched it together.
Do you? I think part of the problem with kids nowadays is they don't necessarily remember moments, but they remember the picture or the video of the moment, so it helps them remember it. But of course, we didn't have camera phones back in the day. Do you remember anything about that day?
I do. I remember sneaking in with my friend's uncle.
Yeah.
I can picture the goal. I think probably the half goal now is probably because of the videos, but I was at that end when the half goal went in.
You mean when the ball, the Jeff Hurst one on the line? Yeah,
that's it.
You were there. Yeah. Where were you then? If I'm standing, you're behind that goal.
Wow.
I was quite high up, though. I don't know. It was quite high up on the terraces.
Yeah, and a lot of people that were there that day, that I saw it go over the line. Do you remember it near the line, going over the line, things like that?
No. From behind the goal. I mean, you just couldn't tell. So.
And when you went home that day,
did you think 59 years later we wouldn't have won it again?
You'd be speaking to Gabby. But when you went home that day, right, was the whole country celebrating? Right, was it just one of the most nutty things ever?
It wasn't as much as they do these days. There was they had the open top bus and things, but it wasn't because of all the social media, the television, and the press these days. It's highlighted a lot more than it was in those days. It was sort of plastered all over the pages of the newspapers, but because the lack of television coverage and social media and this sort of thing, it probably wasn't as celebrated as it would be today. I mean, we'd probably have bank holidays and everything now, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
If we won the World Cup.
Cliff, what a pleasure speaking to you. Last question, did you get a programme from the day?
I did. I haven't got it anymore. I used to be an avid programme collector, and I had boxes of them, and this went with them. And my mother threw them out at one point.
Oh, and you had the ticket stub as well, yeah?
And the ticket stub as well. Because the thing about it was, another thing about it was, just quickly, I was in the opening ceremony, where all the kids went round in the team's colours, and I got an Argentina kit. And I got rid of that as well once it got too big for me. Once I got too big for it.
So were you on the pitch at Wembley?
Yes, for the opening ceremony.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's a great story. Yes. That's great. What a pleasure to speak to you, Cliff. Thanks so much for your call.
Thank you, Cliff.
Thanks very much, Andy. Thanks, Abby.
How great is that? This is going to be one of my favourite phone-ins ever. We've never done that, ever. If you were there, 66 phone up. What a great idea that is. I'm loving this.
Especially when we've not won it since. It feels even more special, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you were there on the day, 03717223334. We'll take more of your calls right after this live and drive on talkSPORT. Driver talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby, Agbonlahor, Motorpoint, thousands of cars, all unbeatable prices guaranteed. Head to motorpoint.co.uk for details. Still to come, we'll be joined by Kevin Atchard for a bit of Drive Worldwide. Just quickly, Wrexham there in talks to sign Wales striker Nathan Broadhead from Ipswich Town for a club record fee. Everton manager David Moyes has said the club are running out of time to sign the players they were hoping for in this window. No change there. We're taking your calls on this day, 1966. England won the World Cup. So our phone lines are open for only people that were at Wembley Stadium that day. Rob is a Man United fan. Joins us. Hello, Rob. How are you?
Good evening, Rob.
Hello, Andy. Hello, Gabby.
You're right,
yeah,
mate.
Good, mate. Yeah.
How are you?
Everybody knows me as Grandad rather than Rob, but there you go.
What'd they call you?
Grandad.
Who calls you that?
Well, my son and I are on social media on Facebook, the Millsies.
Okay.
About 100,000 followers. Started off as a laugh, it just took off, went mental. So
Why? That's more than Gabby's got. Why have you got 100,000 followers?
We do sort of family jokes and playing tricks on each other and things like that.
Okay. What's the worst trick they've played on you?
COVID started. Sorry.
What's the worst trick they've played on you?
On me, I think my grandson, when he was younger, came up with a letter from supposedly school, said, they want a photograph of you. They want granddads to come in and tell them all about when they were 7 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm having a photo taken outside the front of the house, and my son's upstairs with a great big one of those buckets with handles and tipped water right over my head. I thought, effing hell, you know.
That's amazing,
But,
to be fair.
Yeah. But so he just started off as a laugh and just went, it's gone mad.
Doesn't sound like a granddad,
Anyway.
does he?
Yeah, how old are you, Rob?
You don't sound like it.
77.
Right, so hold on. So in 1960, I can't work out. How many years ago was it? 59? 18.
Yeah, sounds about right.
18 World Cup final.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
proper old enough to remember it then, right? So tell me about
absolutely.
who did you go with? How did you get your ticket? I don't know if you can remember how much you paid. Tell me about it.
Right, it was my dad and brother. We paid £30 each for all 10 London matches. 9 of them were at Wembley and 1 was at White City because the greyhound racing was on the Friday. They wouldn't close it for the World Cup, would you believe?
Amazing. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So hold on. So you went to the Argentina game, did you?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, ratting and all that, yeah.
Yeah. What was your favourite game you went to?
Of those, well, the final, but also Yashin for Russia and Eusebio had a penalty.
Yeah.
And he belted into the top corner and Yashin's almost got his finger to it. And I thought, how the hell can you do that from a penalty? You know, and then Eusebio used to hit the ball pretty hard too.
Yeah.
So
Amazing. Okay.
Our last caller said the celebrations weren't wild. Is that true? Afterwards?
Afterwards, yeah, it's not like it is now. I did listen to the bit of that, and yeah, I mean, he's right. It's not like it is now. I mean,
we'd have a week off work, wouldn't we? Everyone.
No.
So where were you sat?
We were but standing. You know where? I don't know if you remember the old Wembley.
Yes, of course.
Where the players used to come out. There was
behind the goal.
the top tier, and the bit flat in front of us was where the Royal Marine Band used to go after they played, and they were watching. So we were literally right at the front of the back tier, so we had a really good view.
So that's the end where the ball did or didn't go over the line, right? Jeff Hurst's goal.
The suspect goal, yeah. Okay. I mean, to be honest, you couldn't see, but
bit like
Roger Hunt was looking right over it, almost on top of the thing, and he just turned around. He could have put his boot on it if need be.
Yeah.
So he just turned. So
amazing.
You
Have you got the programme?
VAR. Yes, yeah, got one for the whole series and also one from the main final as well.
Wow. Have you got the ticket stub?
Stored away. Sorry?
You got the ticket stub as well?
I think we've got all that. Yeah.
That's
I think it's all
fantastic.
That
stored away
programme must be worth a
souvenirs.
Yeah, it's worth thousands, that programme now.
Must be.
Probably is. Yeah.
Would you sell it?
I'll give you 40 quid for it right now.
No chance, mate.
45, final offer.
No.
Okay. Rob, listen, what a pleasure speaking to you. Thanks,
Top
pal.
man, Rob.
Thanks for sharing that with us.
Sorry?
I was saying thanks for coming on.
That's all right, mate. No problem.
Have a lovely day. Thanks,
I'll
Rob.
just say a quick hello to my son, Pete, who's driving home listening to you
You're
guys.
right, Pete.
Oh, that's nice. Not the grandson who throws the water over you.
No. It's my son did the water. The grandson was at the photos.
I wouldn't say hello to him if he's chucking buckets of
But
water
I
over you.
got him back with another one with a fart in the bag.
Okay,
Going to try biting the bag open.
Hold on.
But,
Hold on, sorry. My producer's not happy that I'm going to ask this question, but I'm going to ask it. What do you mean a fart in the bag? What did you do?
Well, we did the sound of a fart, and I pretended to be farting in the bag. It blew it up, and then took it into the other room and got him to bite into it, and sort of said, "Oh, pure methane."
Okay, all right.
And that on our website, it about 27 million views.
Wow, that doesn't surprise me. The world we're living in. Rob, thanks for coming on, pal.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, no, we haven't got time for the also. World's changed, isn't it? Granddad's popping into a bag now.
Sound like a granddad, doesn't
No,
he?
he didn't. He's having fun.
Sounded young.
Ronnie's up next. He's a Chelsea fan. Hi, Ronnie.
Good evening, Ronnie.
Hold on.
Mate, yeah, Ronnie here.
How are you, Ron?
I was there. I was 21, only a youngster.
Hold on, I can't work out. What are you now, 80?
No, nearly.
79.
I'm 79. Guess when my birthday is? It's an easy one. If I said November, you'll guess it.
November.
Yeah.
you
What day?
5th.
That's correct. You got it in one.
1946?
No, 45.
Oh,
come on, Gab, do the maths.
That's close, though.
Come on.
Sorry, mate.
1945. 4 of us went.
Yeah, go on.
4 of us went.
Yeah.
Because my cousin was coming over from Spain. He couldn't make it, so my cousin got the ticket.
Right.
What you done, you got them on vouchers. You had all the London games, like you said.
Yeah.
And the White City. It was a great day. Then afterwards, they went to Kensington Gardens. Do you know Kensington
The roof
Gardens?
gardens, yeah, the roof gardens.
Very fancy.
Yeah, as you come through Kensington, it's on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I know it. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Still open?
That's where they went with a cup.
Did you go?
Yeah, of course I did. You could drink and drive then. What are you on about?
I don't think legally you could, by the way.
Hey?
I don't think legally you could ever drink and drive, but I know what you mean. Back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, yeah. And it was sponsored. I can't. Do you want the sponsor's name or what?
No.
No.
I don't.
No. It begins with W.
Yeah, I've got a few words in my head that begin with that letter as well at the moment.
Yeah, no. It's,
Ronnie, did you get a programme? Have you got anything from the day?
I've still got a programme, and I've got the tickets come in a folder.
Amazing.
Right.
You still got it?
Yeah, still got it.
How'd you sell it?
I'll give you 40 quid for it.
I'll tell you what. I think you've overcharged.
Keep the change. All right.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The bottom's fallen out of programs.
I thought
You
falling
wouldn't
out of
believe
yours.
it. I mean, a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was 500, 1,800 quid.
Yeah. How much is it worth now?
I reckon about 150.
No way. No, don't sell it for that.
Honestly.
Don't sell. If anyone
thousands, that's worth.
Don't ever sell it. If anyone's offering you that, they're conning you. Keep hold of it.
They did 2 programs. They did the program with the they did the program with all the teams in it.
Yeah.
And all the groups.
For the whole World Cup.
That was green, and they did the one for the final, which was
brilliant.
Today, like 85 years ago, and that was blue.
Ronnie, I want to talk to as many people as I can. I love speaking to you. Thanks so much, pal.
All right, mate.
Have a lovely day. Thanks, Ronnie.
Yeah, it ain't worth a lot of money, I'll tell you that.
Don't sell it. Keep hold of it. Let's go to Peter. He's a Palace fan. He joins us. Hello, Pete.
Hello.
Good evening, Pete.
Hi. Good evening.
How old are you now, Peter? Gabby will work out how old you were.
74.
Right, how old was he? Quick.
15.
Yes.
Useless. 15.
15. Tell me about what it was like for a 15-year-old to go to the World Cup final.
Oh, it's fantastic. Almost as good as Palace's cup final in a few weeks ago. But no, it's fantastic. It's the best sporting experience you could possibly have, especially at that age. But
how'd you get your ticket?
Yeah. We went to, my brother and I, who was 21 at the time, we went to the England-Portugal game and without a ticket, and couldn't get them off the touts or anything, but had all the England scarves and rosettes on, and then this guy in a suit came up to us and said, "Do you want tickets?" So, "Oh, yes, please," but all the other touts were asking far too much money. And he said, "You promised to go to the matches." We said, "Yeah, of course, we want to go." And he said, "Well, I have a book of 8 tickets, 2 for the quarters, 2 for the semis, 2 for the third and fourth place, and 2 for the final. And you can have them at cost price," which was, believe it or not, £7.10 for 8 tickets.
Wow.
less than £1 a ticket each.
You said they were fake tickets?
And he said, "Can you promise that you will not ever, sell them to anybody else for more money?" And of course, no, we want to go. And we gave away the tickets for the third and fourth place playoff, and I've never ever sold a ticket for above face price since, or didn't before, but that's it was a good lesson to learn. But he was a German businessman going back to Germany. He just wanted to make sure genuine fans got the tickets.
That's nice.
And of course, it was a lovely story, because it wasn't that long after the war, 1966. I mean, the Germans weren't exactly popular at the time, but it was fantastic for him to do that. And so we went and saw the quarter-final, the semi-final, and the final.
Where'd you sit for the final?
We didn't. We standing tickets, but we were opposite the Russian linesman, or just by the Russian linesman.
Yeah.
And like the previous caller said, that we didn't think we thought it was definitely a goal, because Roger Hunt turned round straight away. He could have kicked it. He could have kicked it in probably, but that was fantastic. And one thing really noticeable, or two things really noticeable, was the first football match, or big football match we went to, where the fans sung songs throughout the whole match, and it was When the Saints Go Marching In, and the whole crowd, all the England supporters, were singing the same song, whereas before it was just chanting, whereas these were actually proper songs, like the Palace fans do now. But it was very much a first time. And also the fact, when you see the old photographs, all of the previous football matches all had people with trilby hats on, or cloth caps on, whereas hardly anybody with caps on, apart from the old England bobble hat and so on. But it was a first time really that sort of thing had happened. So it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
Peter, you've been fantastic.
Yes, great call,
mate. You sharing that with us. Thank you so much, pal.
Okay, mate, no problem.
Have a lovely day, man.
We'll try. Cheers, thanks.
See you soon. Thanks, mate. That was great. I love it. Round of applause for everyone on the phone up.
No, as well.
How great was that?
Just to think as well, like memories for them. Once I asked him then, we ran out of time. How did he celebrate? Do you reckon they remember? Must remember.
I think it's more difficult to remember stuff
like that
from when you were younger. See, my kids
like that though, on a special occasion like that.
But my kids and your kids, right? They'll claim that they remember stuff when they were 3 because they've seen videos of it.
Oh, of course.
They don't really remember it. They just remember the videos.
They lie that much, wouldn't believe me anyway.
What? They do lie that much, you're right. Good work, thank you. If you took the time to phone up, I really appreciate that. It really worked. It was great. Still to come, we're going to be joined by Kevin Atchard for a bit of Drive Worldwide, but first it's time for No Googling. We have been talking about the 66 World Cup final. We want to know how much was the cheapest ticket to that game. I'll give you a clue. It's to do with shillings. The answer to that and more is coming up live on Drive and talkSPORT in the last 30 minutes of our show.
The risk wasn't worth the reward. Ben Stokes is ruled out of the fifth and final test against India with a shoulder injury.
Obviously very disappointed, but just almost needed a bit more time than normally would give to these kind of things to make a decision, and helps that we've got a really good strong squad to be able to select from to put a team out there that we think can get us a win this week.
Scans revealed a grade 3 tear, the most severe category, meaning he now faces 6 to 10 weeks of rehabilitation. Ollie Pope now takes the captain's armband, while Jacob Bethel bats at 6. And fast bowlers Jamie Overton, Gus Atkinson and Josh Tongue come in for Jofra Archer, Bryden Cass and spinner Liam Dawson. England are heading into the series decider at the Oval 2-1. Overseas viewers can catch live coverage on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel. Up on Teenside, will Newcastle fans be upset with Alexander Isak for wanting to go to Liverpool, or the way he's gone about it? The Daily Mail's chief football writer, Craig Hope, reckons it's the latter.
If this didn't happen, and there's a lot of reasons why it couldn't happen, how he's then reintegrated to the fold with his teammates and, by extension, supporters, that might be a little more difficult than it perhaps could and should have been.
talkSPORT understands Liverpool are willing to pay a British record fee for the Swedish striker. You can grab all the latest transfer lines at talksport.com.
You listen to Driver talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein. Gabby Agbonlahor alongside. Before the break, I asked the question, how much was the cheapest ticket to the 1966 World Cup final? Have a guess what it was. I'll give it in pence.
Pence?
Yeah. How much was it? Cheapest ticket?
50 pence.
Bang on the money. How many shillings would you say that was?
No idea. 50?
10.
Okay.
10 shillings. 497, Sam Ellar brings you the Transfer Insiders. This evening he's got Harry Symeou alongside him. In a moment, we'll be joined by Kevin Hatchard for a bit
Legend.
of Drive Worldwide. Just quickly, Liverpool continued their pre-season tour of Asia with a 3-1 win against Yokohama FM.
Who?
Yokohama FM.
How do you spell it?
Yoko, Yoko,
Yep.
Hama, Hama.
Hama?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
New signing Florian Wirtz opened his account for the club.
Nice finish.
Ekitike also made his first appearance for the side as well. The Liverpool gaffer Arne Slot spoke to the media after the game and said it was a good run out for his side.
Few very positive things. For example, us coming back after going 1-0 down. This is something what we did last season a lot of times. Seeing players from the bench impacting the game. Saw more than a few times some very good moments in build-up.
We'll talk more about that a bit later on, but I can tell you, I don't know if you're aware of it, because football is well and truly back. Rangers, they're in action against Panathinaikos tonight. The team news for that is in. Paul Mitchell can tell us more.
Evening, gentlemen. Rangers have named an unchanged side to the side that won at Ibrox by 2-0. Gets the nod again from boss Russell Martin. So England international goalkeeper Jack Butland will start for Rangers. The back four of Tavernier, Jaga, Suter and Aarons, Diamonde, Rothwell and Raskan, Dow, Danilo and Curtis all play up front. So there is no place for the man who came off the bench, Hussam, who scored the second goal. He has to settle for a place on the bench. Panathinaikos made just the one change. They had a man sent off at Ibrox. He's been replaced at right full back, but it's 10 of the same 11 who started at Ibrox. Rangers were very unsettled in the opening half against Panathinaikos back at Ibrox, but they rode their luck a little bit and got the 2 goals in the second half. It's hot, humid, not quite horrible yet in Athens, but it's 31 degrees. It's going to be a tough old evening for Glasgow Rangers.
Good work as always. We'll keep you up to date with that throughout
big game.
The rest of the day. Every game's big now.
Yeah, that's a big game for Rangers.
Our next guest could probably answer any question about either of those sides.
You reckon?
Yeah. I reckon you could ask our next guest any question about it. Put a question in your head. I'll let you go first.
Okay.
All right? Any question, you can go first, all right? Because it's time now for this.
Drive worldwide. Why?
Yeah, it's time for Drive Worldwide, where we take a look at some of the biggest talking points from across the world of football. Joining us now is our European football expert with the best catchphrase in the world as we say hello to Kevin Hatchard.
How are we, chaps? Well?
Yes, we're good, Kev.
Good evening,
thanks
Kev.
for coming on. Listen, I tell you, usually I start with the questions, but
It's your show, isn't it?
It's my show, but I just said to Gabby that you know more than anyone on the planet, so he's going to go first with the first question about anything.
Yep.
He doesn't know about
Ready?
it. Off you go.
Kev, how many league titles have Panathinaikos won?
He's not there. That was just a recording.
Oh. This guy. You're such I can't even swear. You're going to make me swear.
Yeah, Kevin Ashton's not about today, so we're going to do it ourselves, all right? Right, let's start off with Luis Diaz. He's completed his move from Liverpool to Bayern Munich. The winger has signed a 4-year deal with the German champions, with Liverpool receiving £65.5 million. He scored 41 goals in 148 games for Liverpool. How highly do you rate him, and are you surprised that Liverpool have let him go, despite that big fee, Gab?
Listen, he's an outstanding player. I was surprised if they wasn't going to bring in Isak. The only reason Liverpool have let him go is because Isak is coming in. Because
are you 100% sure about that?
Yeah, because, mate, Bayern Munich have been after him for most of the summer. And Liverpool have said, no, not even acknowledging Bayern Munich. All of a sudden, over the last few days, it's gone from interest again to bid. All right, he's gone. Signed, let's go. Okay, then that's 60 million towards the 150. Liverpool know they need to raise... Well, they don't need to raise funds. We've been told that they've got the money, but you can't have Isak, Ekitike, Salah. I mean, there's so many that you're going to have.
Do you think that Newcastle, knowing this, would just put another 20 million on it?
They might do. There's talk about 130, but it might be 150 even. Newcastle can put whatever offer they want out there. I think Liverpool will match 130 to 150 million because they've got the funds. But I think Diaz wanted to go as well. That's what probably made it more. Different if Diaz was so keen to stay, but he wanted to go from when last season finished. 28 as well. Liverpool probably thinking new contract he's not going to sign. Is it a good time to cash in? So it makes sense for both Liverpool and Bayern Munich to get the deal over the line. But if they see that deal just come through, mate, I'm seeing like a 6-year deal. They could dominate Liverpool.
They could. They really could. I mean, I still think Liverpool favourites to win the Premier League. But
without him?
Yeah, but if he joins... Well, the fact that Diaz has gone, without him, no. Because Diaz has gone, right? Yes. And I think one of their great benefits they had is having 5 forwards to play 3 roles.
Yes.
So I still think you need that competition. But with him there, with Alexander Isak there, I just think they are unstoppable.
Mate, they've got so many options now as well because you'll have Isak and Ekitike as your two strikers. Both of them can come off the left as well if needed, especially Isak. He's done it at Newcastle. You've got Wirtz who can play as an 8, as a 10, as a left winger. He can play all across that front line.
I think their biggest problem is going to be centre half next to Van Dijk. They haven't got a lot of cover there.
Yeah, Canate. They need someone else in. But I just look at the Diaz going. I look at someone we haven't spoke about, Gakpo. He was outstanding second half of the season.
Yeah.
He was like number one on that left-hand side. The performances he was putting in, the goals he was getting. So Liverpool have got options all across that front line. Harvey Elliott, we never know, he might stay. Another option to cover for Salah on that right-hand side. Szoboszlai in the middle with Gravenberch and McAllister. Curtis Jones won't be a starter, but he's there as well off the bench. Liverpool have got a strong squad of players.
Okay. In fact, let's stay with German football because Sunderland have completed the signing of midfielder Granit Xhaka. That's from Bayer Leverkusen. A deal could be worth around £17 million. Former Arsenal man has signed a 3-year deal. He was part of that Leverkusen side that won the first Bundesliga title in the club's history under Xabi Alonso. How much of a coup is this for Sunderland? They seem to be doing their business well, right, for a newly promoted side?
Yeah, it's an outstanding signing. And what I would do if I was the manager, I'd give him the armband straight away.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Can I ask, right,
straight away.
With that, how much of a captain needs to be heavily connected with the club and the players? And you honestly think a player can come straight into a club, not really
100%, mate.
Not really know his teammates and be a captain?
I think someone like Xhaka can. The experience that he's got.
Yeah.
International with Switzerland, with Arsenal, going to Leverkusen and winning the league title. Invincibles, wasn't they? For him to come into that club, he's got that captain aura about him in that centre midfield. His tackling, his aggressive nature, and he can play, and he can make other players have the standards that he wants. It's a no-brainer for me, and I think that's probably Sunderland's best signing of the summer.
Do you think they'll stay up?
I think they've got a very good chance now. I'm very worried for Brentford. I just look at Wissa. Let's talk that he's having a tantrum that he's not going to be allowed to go as well.
Yeah.
As
it's a big risk with a manager that's never managed.
Yeah,
before.
Keith Andrews never managed before. They sold their club captain Norgard. I just think Mbumo and Wissa was so big for them. If Wissa does get his move, and even if he doesn't, how is he going to play next season? Toys out the pram, sulking, hasn't got Mbumo there. So I think it's going to be a tough, long season for Brentford.
Okay. That was today's Drive Worldwide without Kevin Attard. Maybe if you keep hold of that question the next time
he's going to have heard that question. He's going to have the answer, isn't he?
Heard that. Yeah, he'll probably join us on tomorrow's show. When we come back, One World Billy will be in the studio for the end of show quiz. This is Drive on talkSPORT.
How are we? Well, we chaps.
on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Gabby Agbonlahor, Motorpoint, new car with same-day drive-away available on all cars. Book a test drive today. A reminder from us at 7, the wonderful Sam Eddard brings you the Transfer Insiders this evening. He's got Harry Symeou alongside him. One more Billy will be alongside us in just a moment, but first our competition. A reminder to win 10 grand and a huge VIP night out at Wembley for Coldplay. Ends on Monday. Yeah, that's right. We're giving you the chance to win 6 tickets in a private box for you and your mates on August the 22nd with full hospitality. Plus, we're chucking in 10 grand spending money completely tax-free. This is all you need to know as to how to enter the competition. It's 18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338 by the 4th of August at 11 p.m. That's when it all finishes. And that's it. You're done. You're in the draw. Text will cost you £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have bill payer's permission, or you can post your name and number to Coldplay Competition, PO Box 3190, Colchester CO2 8GP. It must arrive by the 5 p.m. on the 7th of August. It's a talkSPORT limited promotion. Run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations for full T's and C's. Visit talksport.com. Now, 12:30 tomorrow, Arsenal take on Spurs in a pre-season North London derby. Gabby, what do you make of a North London derby in a pre-season? That's a great question. Does it kill the game a little bit?
No, not nowadays. 15 years ago, I don't think it would happen because I think you get loads of bad tackles. But now I think the players are shaking hands, aren't they, before the game and hugging each other, even in local derbies.
Yeah.
So I don't think it matters now, to be honest, mate.
You don't?
You don't see the tackles now, do you, in local derbies?
What were you like in pre-seasons? Did you care at all?
Pre-season for me was about just fitness, getting your match sharpness, especially the last 2 games before the season starts. They were the big ones. And you always had a big one the week before the season starts. Remember Inter Milan we played?
Yeah.
Adriano was at Inter Milan. But the first couple of games, get your fitness, mate. Results doesn't matter in pre-season.
Yeah. Talking of things that don't matter, one more Billy's joined us in the studio. His mic's not on yet. Maybe we'll turn that on.
Evening.
How are you, Bill?
Really good. How are you?
John Major, mate.
What did you make of the new studio?
Snazzy, innit?
Who cares what you think?
Yeah, nice.
Just needed to put my knee on.
Snazzy.
Make it lower is what I say. End of show quiz yesterday.
Yep.
Gabby uttered the immortal words of Ronald Reagan. He didn't even say Ronald.
I did. Ronald Reagan.
I've got a question for you about Ronald Reagan.
Go on.
Right? Serious question. Before he was president, what job did he have?
Was he an actor?
Okay, you do know your stuff. That's good.
Okay.
What are we doing today, Bill?
We've got more history questions for Gabby. Who?
Do I get one for
Just
that?
for Gabby?
Well, no, for both of you.
Do I get like one?
No, you don't get any. It was just me asking. Bill's in charge of the quiz, not me.
Yeah. Andy, do you want to go first, or would you like Gabby to go first? Andy, who was the fourth?
Hi, Bill.
Hi. Fourth.
Say it properly.
Fourth president of the United States.
Oh.
Was it A, James Madison, B, Morgan Gibbs White, C, Lewis Dunk?
Madison.
It was James Madison. Decent player as well, isn't he?
Why are you looking at me like that?
No comment.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing, mate. Nothing. Great answer.
Gabby, you ready?
Yep, go on.
Who was William Shakespeare's wife?
Great question.
Was it Anne Hathaway, Anne of Cleves, Anne Widdecombe?
B.
Anne of Cleves.
Funny how?
No.
A. Is A or B?
It was Anne Hathaway.
I thought it was
Anne of Cleves was one of Henry VIII's
wives.
8 wives that you...
8 or 6?
Well,
you said 8.
You said 8 yesterday.
6.
Yeah, because he had 2 more, you know about.
Andy, when was Stonehenge built?
None of your business.
1892, 1467, 3000 BC.
Oh! How many? 3,000 BC?
When did they start it, yeah?
And they start it?
Yeah.
I've no idea, so I'm going to try and guess that. What are my options?
I know this.
The 14 It sounds familiar.
1467.
That sounds familiar to me.
No, it's 3000 BC.
I knew that.
That's when they started.
I didn't say that's my guess. I said it sounds familiar.
Next question.
Gabby, who invented the telephone?
I meant to know that.
Alexander Hamilton, Alexander Graham Bell, Alexander Fleming.
Fleming.
Ah, Gabs, come on, man.
What? A.
No.
What is it?
Alexander Graham Bell.
Okay, next question.
Funny that his name was Bell when he invented the telephone, isn't it?
What?
His name was Bell when he invented the telephone.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It had nothing to do with it before he invented it.
Oh, yeah, true. Andy, what was the first animal in space?
Dog.
Yeah.
Russian dog.
Yeah. What
Sadly died.
Is she
in space?
Is she still up there?
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Died. Sent her barking mad. I'm guessing lack of oxygen.
She's still up there?
No, they took her up in a spaceship and then brought her back down. And when she came down, they opened it up and she was dead.
What a shame.
What was her name? Have you got a name there?
Leica.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't like her.
Very good. Gabby, where did the Great Fire of London start?
Oh, it's a great question.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's easy.
Come on, A, B or C. Let's go.
Pudding Lane, Dessert Street, Tart Avenue.
Tart. I'm going to go Tart Avenue.
No, you're not.
I want me to know that.
Everyone knows it's Pudding Lane.
I don't. Londoners do.
You know, here's a little fact for you. You know the monument in London, the big monument?
Yeah.
Big one.
If that falls in exactly the right direction, that marks the spot where the Great Fire of London started. Did you know that?
No. You made it up.
What if it falls the other way?
It would just crush someone's house.
Oh, right.
That's true. That is a true fact. We've got about a minute left.
Andy, how long did the Great Wall of China take to build?
I know this.
No, you don't. Write down your answer. Go on. Hold on. Hurry up, quickly.
Okay. Do you want some options?
Yeah.
15 years, 2,000 years, or are they still building it?
Okay, Gab, what you got written down there?
16 years.
Would you say 15 years?
15 years, 2,000 years, or still building it?
Oh, it's got to be 2,000 years.
Yeah.
And it's a fact.
16 years. God, dear.
It's been a bad day. Starts off with a train.
Hurry up. You said you'd be done by Christmas.
Gabby, do you want one more?
Go on.
Apart from the current president, Donald Trump, and Reagan, who you mentioned yesterday,
Yep.
name 5 more US presidents, former US presidents.
Okay.
How many more? 5?
5 more.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
Obama.
Good.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
Come on.
Bush.
Who?
George Bush.
Which one? Which one?
I don't know. Just George. That'll do.
They're both George. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we've got about 40 seconds left. How many more have you got?
Oh, right, questions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What happens now?
I'm sure.
Make one up.
What's the score? 1-1.
Make a question.
No, wait there. Name another president in America.
What?
Name another US president.
Hillary Clinton.
No, she wasn't.
Your face.
See, you thought I know my presidents.
Okay.
Name one more.
Washington.
No.
What do you mean no?
First name.
Billy.
First name.
What? Bill
Washington.
Yeah. Billy, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, cheers, lads.
Bill.
Nice studio.
You've made an absolute mess of it.
Yeah,
You're a disgrace. Tied it up.
I will.
We will be back tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? Is it Thursday?
Thursday.
Oh, dear, how quick the weeks go. We'll be back tomorrow Thursday, 4 o'clock for more of the same. A reminder to download 21 Minutes to Go. It's a podcast. It's me and Cundy. It's very funny. It lasts 21 minutes.
How many episodes?
Episode 3 is out already.
3.
They drop on a Monday. 21 minutes to go. Go download it. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.